Hello, hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? Yo, yo, yo. Hello, hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? The talk should be in. Yeah, the talk should be in an hour and a half. We're gonna watch Jensen interview with Wired first, then we're gonna get to Jensen talking with the Zuck himself, which would be sick. Yeah. How's everyone doing? Okay, so let me look at my agenda. So okay, first thing, everyone's here probably for the giveaway, so I'm gonna active the giveaway now. And should I share? Oh yeah, let me share screen real quick. Okay, you'll see. See editor. God damn, I haven't streamed so long. Oh my god. Okay. It's starting soon. It's only an hour. Yeah. Okay. So if you guys go down to the description, there should be now. Wait, no, never mind. I'm lying. How do I share this? Link. Shorten URL. Okay, so all you guys have to do to join the giveaway is to use this link down in the chat. I'm gonna make it down in the description. Wait, alright. I'm putting it down in the description. Click. Join the giveaway. Okay, I just updated the link in the description. Nice. Oh yeah, you guys prefer? It's my studio. Oh yeah, I have a talking cloud. If you have not seen it, oh wait, okay, I'm keep on getting distracted. Okay, let me show you guys the giveaway first. Here. I don't know if you guys can see it now. So all you had to do is to go to the link down in my description, in my this live stream's description, and you'll see a Google form. And these are the rules. I'll pick a winner. Well, do you really need a selfie? Probably not, but as long as you're in the chat and then you respond when we pick the winner at the very end of the live stream, then you're eligible. So you're a few steps, subscribe to me, whatever, newsletter, enter an email, so when you win we know it's you. I mean, when you win I can outreach you for more details, and then your YouTube account's display name. This is pretty important because I'm gonna match the chat and then see who actually win. And then yeah, just fill out everything if you can. That'll be nice. Can you show us your 1 million studio? Is that a is that a CoffeeZilla reference? Leaks everyone's private info. That'll be pretty funny. Dox my live stream. I mean, dox my viewers. But yeah, you can already join the giveaway now. You have to. The most important part is this one. Account's display name. So at the end of the live stream, at the end when we finish seeing Jensen Huang and Mark Zuckerberg talking or having a fireside chat, that's what they call it professionally, I'm going to close this Google form, and then I'll export it to like a 1 to 100 list, or like 1 to a number of list, and then we'll pick a winner from a spinner like last time. And then Cloud, don't put me on email spam list. Yes, I will ask. Yeah, just fill it out before I pick the before I close the form. So I'll just do I'll do everything live, so you guys don't have to worry as long as you're here in the live stream. So yeah, maybe I'll tell you guys again later. But anyways, how's everyone doing? How's everyone day so far? When is the draw? I haven't seen that. It's the draw is like the interview estimated is gonna end in 2 hours. So the live stream is planned to have to be 3 hours. So we technically start at 4 and I finish at 7. Well, that's my time, sorry. So it's basically in 3 hours. Probably earlier. 2.5. No option to share selfie link. Yeah, I might actually just turn that off, to be honest. My bad. You need a proof of attendance. You don't. You just have to be in the live chat. You have to be in the live chat when you win. Or how long? 60 seconds. Let's do that. 60 seconds. You have 60 seconds to respond in the live chat. Okay. Much better. Yeah, imagine people changing terms of service while you're already enrolled in the giveaway. That sounds pretty nice. You check out train free consistent text to image generation. No, there's too many diffusion papers. Especially consistency ones. Let me see. Wait, yeah, I know this one. Never mind. I do know this one. If I click into a research paper and then when I see the pictures, it just like it will just pop up in my memory. I remember this one is about like telling a story where it's just very consistent for like a long, like what's it called? Consistent phase, consistent character in multiple scenes. Yeah, that one's pretty sick, to be honest. Is Bycat gonna go away? No. He doesn't need a 3080 Ti, you know? How long is it? 8 more minutes, okay. I'll get Louise Rossman. Dude, Louise Rossman renting on MKBHD for 2 hours. So funny. And he speaks so fast, Louise Rossman. Like, just look at. Wait, let me pull that video up actually. Oh, is it the music too loud? Wait, would you guys prefer to have. Actually, I have this thing. Like, it just kind of reacts when I speak. Would you guys like to have this one on? Or does that look. I have it in the YouTube community live stream thing, so. It's neat. Oh, yeah, fuck. I forgot. Oh, I accidentally swore. Shout out to Influencer for a donation. But was it no option to share self? Yeah. I saw the message. I didn't thank you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Influencer. Chat. I'm so not used to YouTube chat. It's so weird. Using it from the streamer perspective. You don't have Twitter, that's okay. Yeah, it's fine. You just have to be in the live stream. Watch the live stream together with me. Am I a VTuber now? Yeah, I guess that counts. How do you submit proof of it? You don't. I already canceled the term. Louise Rossman new anime. Yeah, wait, let me show you the video. It's so long. It's so long, and then he speaks so fast. Oh my god, I want to be like him. It's crazy. Where's the video? Oh, it's here. Whoa, it's only 40 minutes. I thought it was 2 hours. My bad. Look at how fast he speaks.
have a class action lawsuit against them because they really care about things being designed for longevity. But once that occurred, once they got sued, do you think that they said, okay, it looks like your device is not working? No, what they did is they came up with a...
this is one times. Oh wait. Yeah, I didn't even speed it up. This is one times.
Put a citation down below, a trusted colleague.
Like if you make a translate, it's probably like 20k words he spoke in the 40 minutes time span, or even more actually. Professional yapper. I wish I'm a professional yapper. Oh yeah, check this out, guys. Check this out, guys. This is a new thing that I got for live stream. I don't know if it'll work. Is this hype meter thing? I don't know if you guys can see it. Wait, lock this. Unlock this. Let me make it bigger. So this meter will react if you type in basically hype, right? So it's literally like a hype meter. So instead of having stock price at the site like last time, this time we're just gonna have hype meter. So if you type in the word hype, oh there we go. Oh my god, yeah, there we go. It'll just keep increasing and then it'll like decay. Oh my god, it'll decay over time. Just keep in mind not to spam. If you spam, I don't think it'll count. wait, my wait, my color key is screwing up. Wait, is this starting? No, it's not. Oh, you can't really see it. Oh god, terrible. What a terrible design. Wait, you guys are gonna break it already. It's not even typing. Change it. Edit filters. Oh, there you go. Okay, I think I fixed it. There's a bit of green screen bits left, but I don't think you guys can see it. Very small enough. I guess I have to restart this program because you guys just instantly capped it like it's nothing. It's crazy. 500. Oh god. It's fill up too fast. A really loud horn that plays. I wish. Let me restart the the meter. Let me make it more difficult for you guys to hit. There we go. It's so full. Guys, stop spamming. How do I reset this? PNC World Describer will be chosen again. Thanks for $2. What the fuck? You don't have to do that. I forgot to remove the proof of attendance. No, it's fine. You just have to be in the live stream when I pick the winner. Oh, okay. I think it's better now. I think it's fixed now. The meter. Here, of course. Look at this, boy. It's the green bits. Maybe we do something like terrible. Everything looks terrible on my live stream. So sad. Wait. How did I look at subscribers? Did someone subscribe to me? I'm so confused. Oh, no. Okay. Wait, I'm so confused. Oh no, I am scam. Big fan of content. Thank you. Kane Best? Oh my goodness. I think I know who you are. Shout out to you, Hubert. I usually avoid entering giveaways to prevent any accusations of favoritism. This is my first time making my presence now. Thanks for the donation, man. Well, I'm glad. Oh shit, it's starting. I'm glad I can give you guys something while watching together. It's pretty sick. I think it'll be fun. I need to turn off my music here. It'll be fun. Wait, how's the video quality for you guys? Probably I set it to 1440 in my live stream. Want to ask if I'll make a video on Llama 405B? Yeah, I'm actually making that right now. I have like my script is like right beside. Well, I closed it because I was streaming. So. But yes, it's a really not typical research paper, and I think it's really interesting because it just shows a lot of non-standard thing that what I usually cover, or like what typical research papers would detail as much. Like, if you just read that paper, you probably can build the exact same thing.
Welcome to the stage,
that they have.
Lauren Good, senior writer at Wired.
How's the volume? Mixture of million experts win. You're literally editing that video, ass.
Welcome, SIGGRAPH. It is my first SIGGRAPH. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited to speak to all of you.
Okay.
And I'm so excited to speak to NVIDIA founder and CEO, Jensen Huang.
I don't really want to talk over them, so I might not respond to you guys when they're like talking.
Hi, Jensen. Great to see you again.
But yes, it's like a PNG thing. PNG.
Welcome to SIGGRAPH, Lauren.
Thank
Welcome
you.
to my hood.
Welcome to my hood.
Hey, everybody. Great to see you guys.
Jensen, it is like 99 degrees outside.
I know, it's freezing in here, isn't it?
I mean,
I don't know, I'm shaking.
leather jacket.
Great to see you guys. Feels great. Looks good, too.
All right, so you
I'm
have
wearing a brand new one.
Oh, a brand new one.
Yeah.
How many of those do you have?
I don't know, but Lori got me a new one for SIGGRAPH.
He probably has like 100 of
She
them.
said, you're excited about SIGGRAPH, here's a new jacket. Go do,
Fantastic.
good job.
I look sharp.
Thank you.
All right. You have a long history with SIGGRAPH. I mean, when you think about the history of this conference, which has been going on since 1974, and you think about the history of NVIDIA from the 1990s onward, where your DNA was really in, computer graphics, helping to make beautiful graphics. What is the significance of NVIDIA being here today, right now, at a conference like SIGGRAPH?
Well, SIGGRAPH used to be about computer graphics. Now it's about computer graphics and generative AI. It's about simulation, it's about generative AI, and we all know that the journey of NVIDIA, which started out in computer graphics, as you said, really brought us here. And so I made a cartoon for you. I made a cartoon for you of our journey.
Did you make it, or did generative AI make it?
I had it. Whoop, hang on a second. I had it made. I had it made. That's what CEOs do. We don't do anything. We just have it be done. It kind of starts something like this. Hey, guys, wouldn't it be great if we had a cartoon and it illustrated some of the most important milestones in the computer industry and how it led to NVIDIA and where we are today? And so we illustrate.
And also do it in 3 hours.
And do it in 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
And so this cartoon here is really terrific. So these are some of the most important moments in the computer industry. The IBM System 360, of course, the invention of modern computing. The teapot, 1975. The Utah teapot, 1979. ray tracing.
Am I uneducated?
Turner Whitted,
What is the teapot?
one of the great researchers, NVIDIA researcher for a long time. 1986, programmable shading. Of course,
imagine if I would
most of the
search
animated movies
GBT.
that we see
So
today
convenient.
wouldn't be possible if not for programmable shading, originally done on the Cray supercomputer, led to and then in 1993, NVIDIA was founded. Chris Curtis and I founded the company. 1995,
Okay. First advanced
Windows
3D shade.
PC revolutionized the personal computer industry, put a personal computer in every home, at every desk. Multimedia PC was invented. 2001, we invented the first programmable shading GPU, and that really drove a vast majority of NVIDIA's journey up to that point. But at the background of everything we were doing was accelerated computing, and we believed that you could create a type of computing model that could augment the general purpose computing so that you can solve problems that normal computers can't. And the application we chose first was computer graphics, and it was probably one of the best decisions we ever made because computer graphics was insanely computationally intensive and remained so for the entire 31 years that NVIDIA has been here. And since the beginning of computer graphics, in fact, it required a Cray supercomputer to render some of the original scenes, so it kind of tells you how computationally intensive it was. And it was also incredibly high volume because we applied computer graphics to an application at the time that wasn't mainstream, 3D graphics video games. The combination of very large volume, very complicated computing problem led to a very large R&D budget for us, which drove the flywheel of our company. That observation we made in 1993 was spot on. And it led us to be able to pioneer the work that we're doing in accelerated computing. We tried it many times. CUDA was, of course, the revolutionary version, but prior to that,
we had
a
computing
model we call CG, C for graphics, C on top of GPUs. And so we've been working on accelerated computing for a long time. Promoting and evangelizing CUDA, getting CUDA everywhere, and putting on every single one of our GPUs so that this computing model was compatible with any application that was written for it, irrespective of which generation of our processors. That was a great decision. And one day in 2012, we made our first contact, Star Trek First Contact with artificial intelligence. That first contact was AlexNet and was in 2012. Very big moment. We made the observation that AlexNet was an incredible breakthrough in computer vision, but at the core of it, deep learning was deeply profound. That it was a new way of writing software. Instead of engineers given input, imagining what the output was going to be, write algorithms, we now have a computer that, given input and example outputs, would figure out what the program is in the middle. That observation, and that we can use this technique to solve a whole bunch of problems that previously wasn't solvable, was a great observation. And we changed everything in our company to pursue it, from the processor to the systems to the software stack, all the algorithms. NVIDIA Basic Research pivoted towards working on deep learning. By the way, this is a great place for research. As you know, NVIDIA is passionate about SIGGRAPH, and this year we have 20 papers that are at the intersection of generative AI and simulation. And so in 2016, we introduced the first computer we built for deep learning, and we called it DGX-1. And I delivered the first DGX-1 outside of our company. I built it for NVIDIA to build models for self-driving cars and robotics and such, and generative AI for graphics. But somebody saw an example of DGX-1. Elon reached out to me and said, hey, I would love to have one of those for a startup company we're starting. And so I delivered the first one to a company at the time that nobody knew about, called OpenAI. And so that was 2016. 2017 was the transformer that revolutionized modern machine learning, modern deep learning. In 2018, right here at SIGGRAPH, we announced RTX, the world's first real-time interactive ray tracing platform. We call it RTX. It was such a big deal that we changed the name of GTX, which everybody referred to our graphics cards as, to RTX. Another shout out for a great researcher. His name is Stephen Parker. Many of you know he's been coming to SIGGRAPH for a long time. He passed this year, and he was one of the core pioneer researchers behind real-time ray tracing, and we miss him dearly. And so, anyways.
And you mentioned last year
Yep.
during your SIGGRAPH keynote
Yep.
that RTX, Ray Tracing Extreme,
Yep.
was one of the big important moments when computer graphics met AI.
That's right.
But that had been happening for a while, actually. So what was so important about RTX in 2018?
Well, RTX in 2018, so you know, we accelerated ray traversal and bounding box detection, and we made it possible to use a parallel processor to accelerate ray tracing. But even then, we were ray tracing at about, 1 frame every, call it, 10 frames
Ray
maybe
tracing a
every
gimmick?
second.
That's
let's
crazy.
say maybe 5 frames every second, depending on how many rays we're talking about tracing, and we were doing it at 1080 resolution. Obviously, video games need a lot more than that. Obviously, real-time graphics need more than that.
And
so we
this
needed,
crowd definitely knows what that means, but for the folks who are
Yeah.
watching online,
Yeah.
who don't work
And
in this
people
field,
watching.
this is basically
5K.
a way of really manipulating light
That's
in
right.
computer graphics.
simulating
in a way
how
that's
a light
incredibly
interacts with
true to life.
traverses through, right?
happening in real time.
That's right.
The rendering processes used to take a really long time when you were making something
It used to
animated.
take a Cray supercomputer to render
Right,
just a few
right.
pixels, and now we have our RTX to accelerate that ray tracing. But it was interactive, it was real time, but it wasn't fast enough to be a video game. And so we realized that we needed a big boost, probably something along the lines of 20x or so, maybe 50x or so boost. And so the team invented
That is
DLSS,
nice.
which basically renders 1 pixel while it uses AI to infer a whole bunch of other pixels. And so
The
you
odds are
basically
looking
taught
good,
an
predictably.
AI that is conditioned on what it
88
saw,
entries.
and then say fills in the dots
Oh,
for
that's
everything else.
good.
And now we're able to render fully ray traced, fully path traced simulations at 4K resolution at 300 frames per second, made possible by AI. And so 2018 came along. 2022, as we all know, ChatGPT came out. But
And what's that again?
ChatGPT,
Oh,
you know
okay,
that.
yes.
OpenAI's ChatGPT,
Yep.
a revolutionary
dangerous.
new capability AI, and fastest growing service in history. But the two things that I wanted to highlight
wait.
since
You know that.
ChatGPT, the industry researchers, many of them in the room, has figured out how to use AI to learn everything, not just words, but to learn the meaning of images and videos and 3D, chemicals, protein, physics, thermal dynamics, fluid dynamics, particle physics. It's figured out the meaning of these, all these different modalities. And since then, not only have we learned it, we can now generate it. And so that's the reason why you can go from text to images, text to 3D, images to text, 3D to text, text to video, so on and so forth, text to proteins, text to chemicals. And so now generative AI has been made possible. And this is really the revolutionary time that we're in. Just about every industry is going to be affected by this, just based on some of the examples I've already given you, whether it's scientific computing, trying to do a better job predicting the weather with a lot less energy, to augmenting and collaborating with us creators to generate images, or generating virtual scenes for industrial digitalization, and very importantly, robotics, self-driving cars are all going to be transformed by generative AI. And so here we are in this brand new way of doing things. And so let me just very quickly, Lauren, if you look at where we started in the upper left,
He's rambling.
in 1964,
He's rambling.
The way
I
that
doubt
software was
the
programmed,
person that's interviewing
human
him
engineers programming
asked
software.
what
Now
is GPT.
we have machines that are learning how to
They're
program
at
the software,
SIGGRAPH.
writing software that no humans
like
can,
this.
solving problems that we could barely imagine before. And now, because we have generative AI, a new way of developing software. I don't know if you know. Do you know Andrej Karpathy? He's really
Andrej
terrific
Karpathy
researcher. I met
mentioned.
him when he was at Stanford, and he coined the original
She
way
didn't
of
say
doing
yes.
software 1.0, machine learning to be software 2.0, and now really we're moving towards software 3.0 because these generative AIs in the future, instead of using machine learning to learn a new AI for every researcher, you'll probably start with pre-trained models, foundation models that are already pre-trained. And the way that we develop software could very, very much be like assembling teams with experts of various AI capabilities, some that are using tools, some that are able to generate, special things, and then a general purpose AI that's really good at reasoning, that's connecting this network of AIs together, solving problems like teams solve problems. And so software 3.0 is here.
I've gotten the sense from talking to you recently that you are optimistic that these generative AI tools will become more controllable, more accurate. We all know that there are issues with hallucinations, low quality outputs, that people are using these tools.
You start writing a bingo card.
They're maybe not getting exactly the output that they're hoping for.
Right.
Meanwhile, they're using a lot of energy.
Carpathy
which we're gonna talk
mention,
about.
safety mention.
Why are you so optimistic about this? What do you think is
What's
pointing us in the
next?
direction of
AGI?
this generative AI actually becoming that much more useful and controllable?
Well, the big breakthrough of ChatGPT was reinforcement learning human feedback, which was the way of using humans to produce the right answers or the best answers to align the AI on our core values or align our AI on the skills that we would like it to perform. That's probably just the extraordinary breakthrough that made it possible for them to open ChatGPT for everyone to use. Other breakthroughs have arrived since then. Guardrailing, which causes the AI to focus its energy or focus its response in a particular domain so that it doesn't wander off and pontificate about all kinds of stuff that you ask it about. It would only focus on the things that it's been trained to do, aligned to perform, and that it has deep knowledge in. The third breakthrough is called retrieval augmented generation, which basically is vectorized or data that has been embedded so that we understand the meaning of that data. And so
it's a more authoritative data set. It goes beyond just the trained data set, and it actually pulls from other sources.
That's right. It's
So
not just
supposedly
pre-trained
going
data
to be-
source.
Right.
It's something, for example, it might be all of the articles that you've ever written, all of the papers that you've ever written. And so now it becomes an AI that's authoritative on your, and it could be essentially a chatbot of you. So everything that I've ever written or ever said could be vectorized and then created into a semantic database. And then before an AI responds, it would look at your prompt, and it would search the appropriate content from that vector database, and then augment it in its
From rag to
process.
And
riches.
you think that is one of the most important factors.
These three combinations really made it possible for us to do that with text. Now, the thing that's really cool is that we are now starting to figure out how to do that with images,
visuals.
right? And SIGGRAPH is really a lot about images and generation. And so, if you look at today's generative AI, you could give it a prompt, and it goes into, in this particular case, this is a Edify AI model that NVIDIA created. It's a 2D text to 2D foundation model. It's multimodal, and we partnered with Getty to use their library of data
Getty?
to
That's
train
crazy.
an AI model. And so this
Wait, I
is
knew
a
that.
text to 2D
Why am I
image.
surprised?
And
You also created this slide personally, right?
I personally had this slide created. And so imagine I'm the prompt, and then there's a team that's kind of like a generative AI, and then magically this slide shows up. And so here's a prompt, and this could be a prompt for somebody who owns a brand. It could be a brand of, for in this case, Coca-Cola. It could be a car. It could be a luxury product. It could be anything.
on the channel.
And so
you
use the prompt and
Karen.
generate the image. However, as you know, it's hard to control this prompt, and it may hallucinate. It may create it in such a way that is not exactly what you want. And to fine-tune this using words is really, really hard because, as you know, words is very low dimensionality. It's extremely compressed in its content, but it's very imprecise. And so the ability for us to now control that image is difficult to do. And so we've created a way that allows us to control and align that with more conditioning. And so the way you do that is we create another model. And this model, for example, allows us to text to 3D. On the bottom, it's called, and it's Edify 3D, one of our foundation models. We've created this AI foundry where partners can come and work with us, and we create the model for them with their data. We invent the model, and they bring their data, and we create a model that they can take with them.
Is it
and so
only using their data?
Only uses their data. So this only uses
Oh
all of the
my
data
god,
that's available
data
on
source
Shutterstock,
mentioned.
that they have
Bingo
the rights
card.
to use to train.
Where
And
is
so we
it?
now use prompt generator 3D. We put that in Omniverse. Omniverse, as you know, is a place where you could compose data and content from a lot of different modalities. It could be 3D, it could be AI, it could be animation, it could be materials. And so we use Omniverse to compose all of these multimodality data, and now you can control it. You could change the pose, you could change the placement, you could change whatever you like, and then you use that image out of Omniverse to condition the prompt.
That's
Okay,
sick.
so you take what comes out of Omniverse, you now augment it with the prompt. It's a little bit like retrieval augmented generation. This is now 3D augmented generation. Getty, the edified model is multimodal, so it understands the image, understands the prompt, and it uses it in combination to create a new image. So now this is a controlled image. And so this way we can use generative AI as a collaborator, as a partner to work with us, and we can generate images exactly the way we like it.
You can download
How does
it.
this translate to the physical
Oh,
world?
you have to pay.
How
Never
does
mind,
it
it's not free.
translate to something like robotics?
Well, we're going to talk about robotics, but one of the things that I would love to show you, and I had this made not by myself, well, I had it made myself. Okay, this is an incredible video, and this is a work that is done by WPP, Shutterstock, working with some of the world-class, world-famous brands that you'll know. Let's run the video. Let's show them.
Build me a table in an empty room, surrounded by chairs, in a busy restaurant. Build me a table with tacos and bowls of salsa. In the morning light. Build me a car on an empty road, surrounded by trees.
The most innovative company of 2024.
House.
Taco Bell
Build
was in
me a
front of
house with
OpenAI,
hills
by
in
the way.
Distance, and bales of hay. In the evening sun. Build me a tree in an empty field.
Build me hundreds of them in all directions, with bushes and vines hanging in between.
Wait, this is fire though. Imagine you make gaming, 3D environments
With exotic flowers,
just by
and
describing.
rays of sunlight.
How do they train this though? That's sick. Hey guys, use the hype meter. Gotta type in hype. The meter is not growing.
Isn't that incredible? And this is what happened. We taught an AI how to speak USD, OpenUSD. And so the girl is speaking to Omniverse. Omniverse generates the USD and use USD search to then find the catalog of 3D objects that it has. It composes
USD is Universal Scene Description, by the way.
And then generative AI uses that augmentation to generate, to condition the generation process. And so therefore, the work that you do could be much, much better controlled. You could even collaborate with people because you can collaborate in Omniverse, and you can
People only
collaborate in
seeing
3D.
hype because you
It's
told
hard
them to.
collaborate in 2D.
Oops.
And so we can collaborate in 3D,
It's a
augment the
cold.
generation process.
Market
I imagine
manipulation.
a lot of people in this room who aren't just technical, but they're also storytellers.
This is a very technical room.
Storytellers see something like this
There's like 90% PhDs in here.
and think, I'm not even going to
Real.
ask you to do a raising of your hand, but I'm sure that would be fascinating. So they see something like this. I see something like this, and I think, oh, okay, that's pretty amazing. You are speeding up rendering times. You're creating images out of nothing. There are probably just as many people thinking, what does this mean for my job? Where do you draw the line between this is augmenting and helping people? Where do you see the line
shit,
being
it's a bit
drawn?
quiet.
And this is replacing certain things that humans do.
Well, that's what tools do. We invent
Replacing
tools.
human
This
jobs.
conference is
Bingo
about inventing
card.
technology that ultimately ends up being a tool, and that tool either accelerates our work, collaborates with us so that we could do better work.
I should have a
or even
counter where
bigger
every
work,
time AI is
do
mentioned.
work that's impossible before. And so I think what you'll likely see is that generative AI is now going to be more controllable than before. We've been able to do that with using RAGs, retrieval augmented generation, to control text generation better, reducing hallucination. Now we're using Omniverse with generative AI to control generative images better and reduce hallucination. Both of those tools help us be more productive and do things that we otherwise can't do. And so I think for all of the artists in the world, what I would say is jump on this tool, give it a try, imagine the stories that you're going to be able to tell with these tools, and with respect to jobs, I would say that it is very likely all of our jobs are going to be changed.
In what way?
Well, my job's going to change. The way in the future, I'm going to be prompting a whole bunch of AIs. Everybody will have an AI that is an assistant. And so every single company, every single job within the company will have AIs that are assistants to them. Our software programmers, so you know, now have AIs that help them program. All of our software engineers have AIs that help them debug software. We have AIs that help our chip designers design chips. Without AI, Hopper wouldn't have been possible. Without AI, Blackwell wouldn't be possible. You know, this week we're sampling, we're sending out engineering samples of Blackwell all over the world.
They're under people's chairs right now. I think if you just look, you get a GPU, and
You and I,
get a
you get a GPU. Yeah, that's right.
supply chain.
One chair worth
we all
10K.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so none
Wait,
of the
no.
work that we do
Wait, how much is
would be
Blackwell?
possible anymore without
40?
generative AI.
50K?
That's increasingly the case with our IT department helping our employees be more productive.
70K.
It's increasingly the
God.
case with our supply chain team optimizing supply.
Drinking beer. Every time you hear AI takes a drink.
Or our data
Oh,
center team
God.
using AI to manage the data center to save as much energy as possible.
You mentioned Omniverse before.
Yeah.
That's not new. But the idea that more generative AI would be within the Omniverse,
Can't pin
helping
this
people create these simulations or
message.
digital twins.
Yeah, that's what we're announcing this week, by the way.
So talk about that.
Omniverse now understands text to USD. It could understand text to, and has a semantic database so that it could do search of all the 3D objects.
Thanks for $2.
And
$2
that's how
donation.
that young lady was able
I'm
to
dyslexic.
say fill
goodness.
the scene with a whole bunch of trees, describing how she would like the trees to be organized, and somehow populates it with all these 3D trees. Then when that's done, that 3D scene then goes into a generative AI model, which turns it into a photorealistic model. And if you want the Ford truck to not be augmented, but to use the actual brand ground truth, then it would honor that and keep that in the final scene. And so I think if you do that, so one of the things that we talked about is how every single group in the company will have AI assistants, and there's a lot of questions lately about whether all this infrastructure that we're building is leading to productive
what
work
are
in
you
companies.
saying?
I just gave you an
I gave you
example
bond
of how
not to say
generative
stuff
AI is
like
impossible
that.
without NVIDIA's designs would be impossible without generative AI. So we use it to transform the way we work.
When's the next QA?
But we also use it and many examples
chat?
that I've just shown you
In
in
an
creating new
hour.
products and new technology that either makes possible ray tracing in real time or Omniverse that we can now imagine and help us create much larger scenes, or our self-driving car work or our robotics work. None of that new capability would be possible without it. And so one of the things that we're announcing here this week is the concept of digital agents, digital AIs that will augment every single job in the company. And so one of the
Wired
most important
does
use
not like
cases
that.
people are discovering is customer service. And every single group, every single company has customer service. Every single industry has customer service. And in the future, today it's humans doing customer service, but in the future, my guess is that it's going to be humans still, but AI in the loop. And the benefit of that is that you'll be able to retain the experiences of all the customer service agents that you have and capture that institutional knowledge that you can then run into analytics, that you can then use to create better services for your customers.
Yeah, finally know 1 hour phone call
Just now
hold.
I showed you a Omniverse augmented generation for images. This is a RAG. This is a retrieval augmented generative AI. And the thing that we're doing is we've created this customer service, basically microservice that sits in the cloud. And it's going to be available, I think, today or tomorrow. And you can come and try it. And we connected to it a digital human front end, basically an I/O. The I/O of an AI that has the ability to speak, make eye contact with you, animate.
Who
in
the
an
hell would
empathetic way.
willingly work in customer service? Well, the point is no
you
one
could decide
is
to
willingly
connect
to do it,
your
but they need, buddy.
ChatGPT or your AI to the digital human, or you could connect your digital human to our retrieval augmented generation customer service AI. So however you like to do it, we're a platform company. So irrespective of which piece you would like to use, they're completely open source and you can come and use the pieces that you like. If you would like the incredible digital human rendering technology that we've created for rendering beautiful faces, which requires subsurface scattering with path tracing, this breakthrough is really quite incredible. And it makes it possible for us
Amazing graphics researchers. Welcome to SIGGRAPH 2024.
So it makes it possible to animate using an AI.
That was so random.
You chat with the AI, it generates text. That text then is translated to sound, text to speech. That speech, the sound, then animates the face, and then RTX path tracing does the rendering of the digital human. And so all of this is available for developers to use, and you could decide which parts you would like to use.
How are you thinking about the ethics of something like this?
Ethics
You're unleashing this to
mentioned.
developers, to graphics artists, but these are being
Hype.
unleashed into the world.
Yep.
Do you think a chatbot like that,
Yeah, safety.
a very human-like visual chatbot, should say that it's a chatbot? Is it so human that people start mistaking it for humans? They're
Well, it's still-
emotionally vulnerable to a chatbot.
It's still pretty robotic, and I think that that's not a terrible thing. You know, we're going to be robotic for some time. I think we've made this digital human technology quite realistic, but you and I know it's still a robot. And so I think
the Facebook grandparents
that's
don't
not
know.
a horrible way.
Fortunate.
It is the case that there are many different applications where the human engagement is much more engaging, having a human representation or near human representation than a text box. Maybe somebody needs companion, or healthcare needs to advise somebody who is an outpatient who had just gone home. Helping elderlies. There's a whole bunch of applications. A tutor, to educate a child. All these different applications are better off having somebody who is much more human and being able to connect with the audience.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
What I hear you talking a lot about today, these are software developments, right? They're relying on your GPUs, but ultimately, this is software. This is NVIDIA going further up the stack. Meanwhile, there are some companies, some folks in the generative AI space who are in software and cloud services, but they're looking to go further down the stack, right? They might be developing their own chips or TPUs that are competitive with what you are doing. How crucial is this software strategy to NVIDIA maintaining its lead and actually fulfilling some of these promises of growth that people are looking at for NVIDIA right now?
Well, we've always been a software company, and even first. And the reason for that is because accelerated computing is not general purpose computing. General purpose computing can take any C program, a C++ program, Python, and just run it. And almost everybody's program can be compiled to run effectively. Unfortunately, when you want to accelerate fluid dynamics, you have to understand the algorithms of fluid dynamics so that you could refactor it in such a way that it could be accelerated. And you have to design an accelerator. You have to design the CUDA GPU so that it understands the algorithms so that it could do a good job accelerating it. And the benefit, of course, is that we can, by doing so, by redesigning the whole stack, we can accelerate applications 20, 40, 50 times, 100 times. For example, we just put NVIDIA GPUs in GCP running Pandas, which is the world's leading data science platform. And we accelerated from 50 to 100x over general purpose computing. In the case of deep learning, over the course of the last 10 to 12 years or so, we've accelerated deep learning by 1 million times, which is the reason why it's now possible for us to create these large language models. 1 million times speed up, 1 million times reduction in cost and energy is what made it possible for us to make generative AI possible. But that's by designing a new processor, a new system, Tensor Core GPUs. The NVLink switch fabric is completely groundbreaking for AI. Of course, the systems itself, the algorithms, the distributed computing libraries we call Megatron that everybody uses, TensorRT LLM, those are algorithms, and if you don't understand the algorithms, the applications above it, it's really hard to figure out how to design that whole stack.
What is the most important part of NVIDIA's software ecosystem for NVIDIA's future?
Well, every single one of it takes a new library. We call it DSLs, domain-specific library. In generative AI, that DSL is called cuDNN. For SQL processing data frames, it's called cuDF. And so if you go to SQL, Pandas, cuDF is what makes it possible for us to accelerate that. For quantum emulation, it's called cuQuantum. cuFFT, we got a whole bunch of cu's. Computational lithography, which makes it possible for us to help the industry advance the next generation of process technology called cuLitho. The number of cu's goes on and on. Every time we introduce a domain-specific library, it exposes accelerated computing to a new market. And so, as you see, it takes that collaboration, the full stack of the library and the architecture and the go-to-market and the developers and the ecosystems around it to open up a new field. And so it's not just about building the accelerator. You have to build a whole stack.
NVIDIA is dependent on a lot of things going right. Your foray into the future, your innovation depends on a lot of things going right. You have to continue pushing the laws of physics. You do have competitors who are nipping at your heels at all times. We've talked about this, what keeps you up at night. You're also somewhat reliant on the geopolitical stability.
Last night, just so you know, elevation.
Drink some water.
That's what they told me, but it was too late. By the time I learned about it this morning, I woke up with a terrible headache. Elevation, that's what was last night.
Okay, so elevation, but truly, you have to keep pushing the laws of physics. You have competitors who are nipping at your heels, both on the software and hardware side. You are somewhat reliant on the geopolitical stability of the South China Sea, geopolitics, so much going on right now.
You're reminding me, it's super hard building a company.
It is. You've had a lot
You're making me nervous. I was fine before. There's so many things that
he wants to go back to showing you slides. But truly, you've had a lot of tailwinds, and I'm just, how optimistic are you that these things are going to keep trending in your direction?
Things have never trended in our direction. You have to will the future into existence. Accelerated computing, you know, the world wants general purpose computing, and the reason for that is because it's easy. You just have the software, it just runs twice as fast every single year, don't even think about it. And you know, every 5 years is 10 times faster, every 10 years is 100 times faster. What's not to love? But of course you could shrink a transistor, but you can't shrink an atom, and eventually the CPU architecture ran its course. And so it's not sensible anymore, as the technology doesn't give us those leaps, that a general purpose instrument could be good at everything. You know, could be good at these incredible things from deep learning to quantum simulation to molecular dynamics to fluid dynamics, right? So on, to computer graphics.
Wait, the meter is broken.
And so we created this accelerated computing architecture to do that. But that's headwind. Do you see what I'm saying? Because general purpose computing is the easy way to do it. We've been doing it for 60 years. Why not keep doing it? And so accelerated computing was only possible because we deliver such extraordinary speed ups at a time when energy is becoming more scarce, at a time when we no longer could just ride the CPU curve any longer. Dennard scaling has really ended, and so we need another approach, and that's why we're here. But notice every single time we want to open up a new market, like QDF, in order to do data processing. Data processing is probably what, a third of the world's data. A third of the world's computing. Every company does data processing, and most companies' data is in data frames, you know, in tabular format. And so in order to create an acceleration library for tabular formats was insanely hard, because what's inside those tables could be floating point numbers, 64-bit integers. It could be, you know, numbers and letters and all kinds of stuff. And so we have to figure out a way to go compute all that. And so you see that almost every single time we want to grow into something, you have to go and learn it. That's the reason why we're working on robotics. That's the reason why we're working on autonomous vehicles, to understand the algorithms that's necessary to open up that market and to understand the computing layer underneath it so that we can deliver extraordinary results. And so, as you could see, each time we open up a new market, healthcare, digital biology, the amazing work we're doing there with BioNemo and Parabricks for gene sequencing. Every single time we open up a new market, it just requires us to reinvent everything of that computing. And so there's nothing easy about it.
Generative AI takes up a lot of energy.
I'm just saying, my job's super hard.
But your assistants, your AI assistants are going to make it easier, right?
What's that? Somebody's got to pat my back. Hey, little applause, you guys. Cheer them on. Yeah, go ahead.
Let's talk about energy.
Yeah.
Generative AI, incredibly energy intensive.
Yep.
I am going to read from my note cards here. According to some research, ChatGPT, a single query takes up nearly 10 times the electricity to process a single Google search. Data centers consume 1 to 2% of worldwide energy, but some say that it could be as much as 3 to 4%. Some say as much as 6% by the end of the decade.
Energy consumption mentioned.
Data center workloads tripled between 2015 and 2019. That was only 2019. AI, generative AI, is taking up a large portion of all of that. Is there going to be enough energy to fulfill the demand of what you want to build and do?
Yeah, yes. And a couple of observations. So first, there are 2 or 3 or 3 or 4 model makers that are pushing the frontier a couple of years ago. There are probably 3 times that many this year, but it's still single digit. You know, it's a very high single digit, but call it 10, that are pushing the frontiers of models. And the size of the models are, call it twice as large every year, maybe faster than that. And in order to train a model that's twice as large, you need, you know, more than twice as much data. And so the computational load is growing probably by call it a factor of 4 each year, just for simple thinking. Now, that's one of the reasons why Blackwell is so highly anticipated because we accelerated the application so much using the same amount of energy. And so this is an example of accelerating applications at constant energy, constant cost. You're making it cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. Now, the important thing, though, is I've only highlighted 10 companies. The world has tons of companies, and there are data centers everywhere. And NVIDIA is selling GPUs to a whole lot of companies and a whole lot of different data centers. And so the question is, what's happening? At the core, the first thing that's actually happening is the end of CPU scaling and the beginning of accelerated computing. Data processing,
Hey guys, not
text
really hype.
completion, speech
So
recognition,
sad.
all of those kind of basic AI things that are used,
Joking.
recommender systems that
It's
are
NVIDIA,
used
it's
in
always
data
hype.
centers all over the world. They are moving, everyone is moving from CPUs to accelerated computing because they want to save energy. Accelerated computing helps you save so much energy, 20 times, 50 times in doing the same processing. So the first thing that we have to do, as a society is accelerate every application we can. If you're doing Spark data processing, run it with accelerated Spark so that you could reduce the amount of energy necessary by 20 times. If you're doing SQL processing, do SQL, accelerated SQL so that you could reduce the power by 20 times. And so if you're
guys,
doing
calm
weather
down.
simulation,
Stop
accelerate
spamming.
it. When you're doing whatever scientific simulation you're doing, accelerate it. Image processing, accelerated. A lot of those applications used to be running on CPUs and general purpose computing. All of that should be accelerated going forward. That's the first thing that's happening. Now, is that reducing the amount of energy being used all over the world? Absolutely. The density of our GPUs and density of accelerated computing is higher, energy density is higher, but the amount of energy used is dramatically lower. So that's the first thing that's happening. Of course, then generative AI. Generative AI is probably consuming, let's pick a very large number, probably 1% or so of the world's energy. But remember, even if the data centers consume 4% of the world, the goal of generative AI is not training. The goal of generative AI is inference. And the inference, ideally, we create new models for predicting weather, predicting new materials, allow us to optimize our supply chain, reduce the amount of energy consumed and wasted gasoline as we deliver products. And so the goal is actually to reduce the energy consumed of the 96%. And so very importantly, you have to think about AI from a longitudinal perspective, not just going to school, but what happens after going to school. You and I both went to Stanford. Stanford's not inexpensive.
I think you studied something slightly different, though.
Yeah, sure. It's a big school.
It's worked out well for you.
It's worked out well for both of us. And so, so the goal, of course, is going to school is important. But of course, the important thing is really after school and all of the contributions that we're able to make to society. And so generative AI is going to increase productivity. It's going to
He's good at
enable
answering
us
these
to discover new
questions.
science, make things more energy
I
efficient.
highly admire him for that.
Don't let me finish without showing you the next. And so that
Also,
accelerated
the
computing.
lights just came on because we were talking about energy, and all of a sudden it's like the Earth was like, okay. Tamp down the energy usage, folks.
I thought they were good. Am I getting chased
I think we
out
still
of
have
my
a few
own-
minutes,
Okay.
so I mean, I hope so. I mean, I'm not going to get off the stage until Mark
possession
Zuckerberg comes on here and kicks me off. How about that?
He's not going to do that. He's a great guy. So, anyways, think about generative AI longitudinally and all the impact of generative AI. The second thing, the next thing I'll say about generative AI is remember, the traditional way of doing computing is called retrieval-based computing. Everything is pre-recorded. All the stories are written pre-recorded. All the images are pre-recorded. All the videos are pre-recorded, and so everything is stored off in a data center somewhere, pre-recorded.
Something went wrong.
Generative AI, a data center over the network, retrieve something and bring it over the network. Don't forget, the data center is not the only place that
Why is
consumes
it
energy.
desynced?
The world's data center that is only 40% of the total computing done. 60%
Hey yo, something.
of the energy is consumed on the internet. Moving
it's not
the
our
electrons
problem.
around, moving the bits and bytes around. And so generative AI is going to reduce the amount of energy on the internet because instead of having to go retrieve the information, we can generate it right there on the spot because we understand the context. We probably have some content already on the device.
They actually
generate the
accidentally
response
desynced
so that
it?
you don't have to go retrieve it somewhere else.
Well, part of that is also moving atoms around, right?
And then
Part
one
of that is
last thing.
supply chain.
One last thing I got to tell
Which,
you,
okay.
Lauren. One last thing I tell you. Remember, AI doesn't care where it goes to school. Today's data centers are built near the power grid where society is, of course, because that's where we need it. In the future, you're going to see
so trippy.
data centers being built in different parts of the world where there's excess energy. It's just that it costs a lot of money to bring that energy to society. Maybe it's in a desert, maybe it's in places that has a lot of sustainable energy, but it's
They're
just
already
not a
taking
very
up a
attractive.
lot of water.
Well, there's plenty of water as well. It just happens to be undrinkable water, and so we can use water that are we can put data centers where there's less population and more energy. Okay, just don't forget that there's a lot of energy coming from the sun. There's a lot of energy in the world, and what we need to do is move data centers out closer to where there's excess energy and not put everything near population.
Well, and part
AI doesn't care where it's trained.
I'd never heard that phrase before. AI doesn't care where it goes to school, and that's interesting.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm going to think on that.
Yeah.
Part of calculating the carbon emissions, though, is also considering the supply chain. It's also considering it's going all down the line, and it requires transparency.
Don't move.
Wait, is
don't
this
move
actually
the
not gonna
energy
get
to
fixed?
The data center. Use the energy where the data center is, and then when you're done, you have a highly compressed model that is essentially the compression of all the energy that was used, and we can take that model and bring it back. Hey, can we talk about the next wave? So the first wave, of course, is accelerated computing.
I think he's going to do it.
I know that she's the interviewer, and we're doing this on her terms, but I'm the CEO, so and so no, Lauren. We need to come and tell this group about the work that we're doing that is really core to them.
I have so many good questions for you.
I know.
I want
Wait,
to ask
is
you about
this just
open
mine?
source, which I think
Or
you're going
is
to be talking
everyone's
to Mark about.
broken?
I want to ask you about. I have an
By the way, open source
Yeah.
is really important. It's incredible. Yeah. And if not for open source, how would all of these industries and all these companies be able to engage AI? And so look at all the companies and all the different industries. They're all using Llama 2 today. Llama 3.1 just came out. People are so excited about it. We've made it possible to democratize AI and engage every single industry in AI. But the thing that I want to say is this. The first wave is accelerated computing reduces energy consumed, allows us to deliver continued computational demand without all of the power continuing to grow with it. So number one, accelerate everything. It made it possible for us to have generative AI.
Oh, it's fixed. They
The
fixed
generative
it.
AI, the first wave of it, of course, is all the pioneers. And we know many of the pioneers, OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, Microsoft, a whole bunch of amazing companies doing this. X is doing this, X.AI is doing this, amazing companies doing this. The next wave of AI we didn't talk about, which is enterprise. Of course, one of its applications is customer service, and we hope that we can give every single organization the ability to create their own AIs. And so everybody would be augmented and have a collaborative AI that could empower them, help them do better work. The next wave of AI after that is called physical AI. And this is really, really quite extraordinary. This is where we're going to need 3 computers. One computer to create the AI, another computer to simulate the AI, both using for synthetic data generation, as well as a place where the AI robot, the humanoid robot or the manipulation robot, could go learn how to refine its AI. And then, of course, the third AI is the computer that actually runs the AI. So it's a three computer problem. It's a 3-body problem. And so it's incredibly incredibly complicated, and we created 3 computers to do that. And we made a video for you to enjoy understanding this. The thing that we've done here is this: in each one of these computers, depending on whether you want to use the software stack, the algorithms on top, or just the computing infrastructure, just the processor for the robot, or the functional safety operating system that runs on top of it, or the AI and computer vision models that run on top of that, or just the computer itself. any layer of that stack is open for robotics developers. We created a quick video. Let's take a look at that. Is that okay?
That sounds great.
Is that okay? Oh, God, he's so...
The era of physical AI is here.
He's so cute.
Physical AI, models that can understand and interact with the physical world, will embody robots. Many will be humanoid robots. Developing these advanced robots is complex, requiring vast amounts of data and workload orchestration across diverse computing infrastructures.
Oh, they're using...
NVIDIA is working to
Apple
simplify
Vision
and
Pro.
accelerate developer workflows with 3 computing platforms: NVIDIA AI, Omniverse, and Jetson Thor, plus generative AI-enabled developer tools. To accelerate Project Groot, a general humanoid robot foundation
Vision
model,
Pro mentioned.
NVIDIA researchers capture human demonstrations, seeing the robot's hands in spatial overlay over the physical world. They then use RoboCasa, a generative simulation framework integrated into NVIDIA Isaac Lab to produce a massive number of environments
Sounds
and
like
layouts.
AI voice.
They increase their data size using MimicGen NIM, which helps them generate large-scale synthetic motion datasets based on the small number of original captures. They train the Groot model on NVIDIA DGX Cloud with the combined real and synthetic datasets. Next, they perform software-in-the-loop testing in Isaac Sim in the cloud and hardware-in-the-loop validation on Jetson Thor before deploying the improved model to the real robots. NVIDIA Osmo Robotics Cloud Compute Orchestration Service manages job assignment and scaling across distributed resources throughout the workflow. Together, these computing platforms
yes.
are empowering developers worldwide to bring us into
Yeah, I feel
the
like
age of
manufacturing
physical
these robots is
AI-powered
gonna be
humanoid
hard.
robots.
Like, software is easy to scale, but hardware is so much harder to scale, especially when there are so many parts.
You know-
And then every kind of company, I was like,
You know what's amazing, Lauren?
I'm
At
just
this
adapting.
conference, SIGGRAPH, is where all of this technology comes together. Isn't that right? Everybody? Researchers of SIGGRAPH, isn't that right? So whether it's computer graphics or simulation, artificial intelligence, robotics, all of it comes together right here at SIGGRAPH, and that's the reason why I think you should come to SIGGRAPH from now on.
Me?
Yes.
I'm happy to. I'm thrilled to.
Am I right?
I took
Everybody?
a look around. I went and saw-
100% of the world's tech press should come to SIGGRAPH.
We can get behind that. Just drink a
let's
lot of
go,
water.
tech press.
I went
tech
and saw some of
press,
the art
am I?
exhibits last night upstairs in the
Yeah.
exhibition effort. Fantastic. Just
Incredible.
really, really cool. Loved the literal spam bots, whoever created that one. Go check it out. I was actually listening to the SIGGRAPH Spotlight podcast before this. If folks haven't listened, I really recommend it. The special projects chair was interviewing a couple of graphics legends, including David Yem.
Yeah.
And one of the things that David M. talked about was archives. And this is kind of an existential question for this crowd. Like,
Archive
people are
mentioned?
creating this really amazing.
That is not
digital
on my
media,
bingo
all of
card.
These computer graphics. You are accelerating it with your technology. It changes so fast now. How do you ensure that everything folks are building lives into the future? File formats,
She's a
archives,
journalist from
accessing
Wired.
all of this work in the
She's
future.
not just a journalist.
The robots
I
will
think
live
she's
on.
like the
Yep.
I have no concern. They're going to take over.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
What about the art that people are creating? This
Head
is
of
this is
what I
the
thought.
existential question. But all this,
Well, one of the that's an excellent question, and one of the formats that we deeply believe in
senior
is
writer.
OpenUSD.
There you go.
OpenUSD is the first format that brings together.
Well, I don't actually have a
multimodality
bingo
from
card, but
almost
like,
every
you know,
single
mental
tool
bingo card. Maybe I should
and
make something
allows
like
it,
that.
To
Sounds pretty fun.
interact, to be composed together, to go in and out of these virtual worlds. And so you could bring in just about any format, ideally, over time into it. At
Make
this
one right
conference,
now?
we announced that URDF, the Universal Robotics
Actually,
Data
good point.
format, is now compatible with, or it can be ingested into OpenUSD. And so one format after another format, we're going to bring everything into this one common language. Using standards is one of the best ways to allow content and data to be shared, allowed everybody to collaborate on it and to live forever. For example, HTML. Without HTML, it would have been hard for all of these different content from around the world to be accessible to everybody. And so in a lot of ways, OpenUSD is the HTML of virtual worlds. And we've been an early promoter of it. There's amazing companies that have joined and many other companies joining. And my expectation is every single design tool in the world will be able to connect to OpenUSD. And once you connect to that virtual world, you can collaborate with anybody with any other tool anywhere. And so just like we did with HTML.
You said this content can live forever. Are you going to build a Jensen AI that lives forever?
Absolutely, there's a Jensen AI. In fact, just about everything that I've ever said, everything that I've ever written and ever done will likely be ingested into one of these generative AI models. And I'm hoping that happens. And then in the future, you'll be able to prompt it and hopefully something smart gets said.
So Jensen AI is going to be running your earnings calls in the future.
I hope so. That's the first thing that has to go.
It's time. We gotta make a bingo card together, guys.
Jensen,
give me your
so
ideas.
I think we're probably going to get kicked off
For
stage
Zuck.
soon, but you'll be back shortly with Mark Zuckerberg.
All right.
So
And welcome to your first SIGGRAPH. Ladies and gentlemen.
What should we have? Bingo card for Zuck, actually. With Zuck.
Thank you, everybody. We'll be right back.
Open source. That's too easy. Open source. AGI. Okay. AGI. Claude Sonnet. 3.5 Sonnet. Oh wow, that's so loud. Oh, this starts in 30 minutes. We have some decent time. But yes. Let's keep on. Waifu? Nah. That is way too out of pocket. 4 or 5. Yeah, Llama 3. I'll put that as 3.1. Metaverse. Okay. Ethics. Safety. Is it over? No. It's the main. What the main? I can't say that. That's kind of mean. He's starting in 30 minutes with Zuck, so we're making a bingo card right now. VR. Wait, VR, Metaverse. Okay, I'm gonna put it at the same. GPT-5. Mamba. Whoa. Alignment. Energy. Yeah, maybe we should do energy. Transformers. Transformer probably they'll say it. Transformer. TPU. Ooh. National security. Data collection. National security. That's actually a funny one. Energy environment. I'll put environment here. Environment. Elon. Wait, wait. With Lauren Good, they mentioned Elon too. Well, not her, but like Jensen did. Quest. I'm just never gonna hit. RAG or LHF. H100. A good night. Pass. Thanks for joining. OpenAI, right? OpenAI. DGX. NVIDIA Cloud. Okay. Data center. 100% they're gonna say done this. 100%. Oh, quantum computing is gonna be a hard one. Wait, we're full though. We're nearly full. What's the last one? Oh, it's the middle one. Last one. Let's pick a good one. They're not gonna say deepfake. AMD. AMD, Intel. Should I? Synthetic? They're 100% gonna say synthetic. I'm pretty sure. We can try. Oh, the problem is, I think it might be too easy to hit. That I'm definitely not a co-pilot. No. Do we have AGI? Yeah, we do. Video Gen AI. Ooh, okay, no. From the llama paper, they did mention video, but they might not. We need something more fun. Last one, we need something more fun. Or random, but it might have a chance, you know, of appearing. Regulations. Dystopia. Lizard. Oh my god. Oh, about Zuck's outfit. Wait, okay. That'll be a good one. I don't think they're gonna wait. Which one's too easy? Let's see. Let's remove rag. Let's change it to AMD. AMD. No, actually, I don't think they're gonna do that. Hugging face. Hugging face. And then Avatar digital twins. Okay, I think this is good enough. Good enough. Quest. Okay, I'm gonna remove Quest actually because we have VR already. What else? We should look for specific words. Oh, jobs market, job market. Okay, let's do that. Job market. Let's go on. All right. How do I use this? Actually, don't know how to use this. Screenshot it. I draw. Can draw a bit. Okay. I'm gonna do this. Add window. Where's my meter still working? Oh, it is still working. Window display and source single card. Okay. Is in the way. I'm just hide it. I'm gonna just pull out when something happens and we draw it. Oh yeah, thank you for the donation. Wait, was that donation? Influencer? I can't really tell. But yeah, shout out to Influencer once again. Thank you for your donation. Add to OBS? Yeah, I did. It's right here. It's one click away. Block everything just in case I don't accident. What's my P doom? To be honest, I haven't really thought about it. Maybe I'm too young. I don't know. The rabbit hole is deep, man. Well, I guess whatever. You guys can then analyze what I've been saying on my videos to determine my P doom. He was kind of mad for when they mentioned the high energy usage, and people be like, "Nuclear is bad." It's pretty good, unless you live in you know, high risk places where you have a lot of earthquakes. Are you using Nori OBS? No, I'm not using. I actually separate them so I don't actually accidentally stream. So I'm currently using Streamlabs for streaming. For OBS, I use it for recording. So I just don't accidentally like, oh, I start a stream, which would be pretty funny. Jiu-jitsu or MMA? I doubt, because they only have 1 hour, right? So wait, what was the last one? I forgot. What do we have on the last bingo? Zuck's outfit, right? Okay. What's that tiny? Let's see. Energy/environment. Okay. I doubt they would talk about that though. That sounds like a more journalism thing to say. But yeah. Can use power toys crop and block to crop paint to bring play make it port. What does that mean? You mean crop the edges? The bingo card? I'm just leave this on, to be honest. Wait, where's my bingo card? There you go. I'm just leave it on the screen until the stream starts. Filters. Prop. Oh wow. Okay, low-key is kind of hard to use. 100. 100. Okay, it's not that bad. 50. Okay, let me talk about the giveaway again. Real quick. So if you go down to the link in the description, you can sign up to the giveaway for 3080 Ti. And it'll look like this, and then I'll pick the winner after their conversation. But right now we have 173 entries. The odds are looking good for you. Last time I made a giveaway, it was like 350 entries. This time only 173. So pretty good odds. So stay tuned. You just have to stick to the end. I'll pick the winner right away. You have to be in the live chat when you win, and then you have to you have to put in the correct name for your YouTube account, so I can ask if you're in the chat. So when I draw the winner, you have to be present in the chat, kind of. It's gonna be hard because people are gonna be spamming shit. So I don't know if I can be I'll be able to see. Oh, about the call center, I saw this tweet. Not tweet, sorry. Reddit. This one. I work in a call center, so do 17 million people around the world. 95% of costs associated with call centers are due to staffing. It's a $300 billion industry. I've recently been made aware of a demo with a new call center AI agent, and I immediately started looking for a different career. The bad part is my job and everyone else's in this industry is over. The good part is you will never be put on hold again. Well, thank you, but I don't know. The AI agent will likely already know who you are when you call it, have predicted the issue you are most likely having, and be ready to offer the solution to that issue. Most people will not be able to tell you that they are talking to an AI agent. This might be kind of true if the fidelity, because the fidelity for phone call is so low. So I think this will be true in a lot of cases. People will be like very confused when they start when the AI agent starts saying random stuff. tier commanders for call centers to train these jobs, train these friendly, helpful AIs on everyone, on every possible scenario, implement them and fire everyone. AI will take all our jobs, fine by me. Working in a call center sucks. Can you search for users in chat? I think I can. Yeah, I can actually. Participants. Yeah, it's doable. Host can't even read. Yeah, I'm dyslexic. You know how long it takes me to record a 12 minutes video? Like, for my latest video? I haven't really seen it. You guys better have seen it. Or else. Or else. Like this video. 14 minutes including sponsor. It took me, guess how long it took me to record. Scene or Rune. They're okay, low-key I don't get why people like, I would say Yassine because I haven't really seen Rune's tweet a lot because it's mostly sensational and I don't really like looking through sensational tweets. Is it Yassine or Yassine? I feel bad now. Yeah, 4 hours, 6 hours. Yeah, it's 5. Casey's right. It took me 5 hours to record a 14 minutes video. Man, sometimes I wish I'm Louis Rossman, man. Just went raw into a 40 minutes video with like what 1,000 words per minute. I don't know. He's crazy. Get better at talking. I've been yapping for the past 4 years on YouTube. I guess I'm getting better. I guess. Hopefully. Are you from Taiwan? Yeah, Jensen's my homie. Jensen is my dad. I'm joking. But yes, he's my dad. I'm become XQC. You guys just will start not knowing what I'm saying because I just jumble on my words.
Yassine.
It is Yassine. Okay, I thought I was tripping. Are you in uni? No, I'm not. I said it in the llama video I made a while ago. I actually just finished. Or to be a face reveal, probably like, I don't know, 1 million. 1 million subscribers, maybe. 500, maybe. We'll see. Yeah, how you can know the giveaway is real because Jensen is my dad. Hell yeah. Whoa, did you just lower my threshold? 500k sub save face reveal. 1 mil. I'm gonna make him 1 mil. Joking. I'll probably not get to 1 mil, but I wish. At my current pace, 150k 4 years. It's kind of pathetic. Sad. I mean, when AGI, probably like a long time. ASI probably first, then AGI. 50% discount. Oh no. How many GPUs do I have? I have a 1080, I have a 3090, I have a RTX 6000. Oh my god. Let me do my. Let me sell you guys some GPU. This bad boy. This bad boy is so good. They sent me this bad boy, and then for anyone that's actually in running a business, buy this because they sent me this, and so I need to advertise this, I guess. But yeah, they sent me a RTX 6000 ADA, and it's really good. 48 GB of VRAM. Wait, it's 48 GB? Yeah, I'm tripping. Yeah, it is 48. Yeah, it's a server GPU, so you can run it 24/7, and then its performance is pretty much the same with 4090, but the main thing about this GPU is that it's a server GPU, so it's made to run 24/7, so you can just juice it out for like 24/7 for the next 10 years, and it'll still work. The price point though, it's pretty decent. 48 GB. What is my second channel's name? By Cloud 2. VTuber model reveal. It'll just be this PNG. Oh my! I kind of want to commission a VTuber model, but they are like the good ones are expensive, and then you need to get the right people too. Yeah, it's a power limited 4090, but it has a lot of VRAM, so you can easily load models, and they can run it 24/7. If you want to serve as an server endpoint, it's perfect. Yeah, it's above 4080. 6000 ADA giveaway won. Yeah, damn, we haven't even finished our 3080 Ti giveaway. You can't game? Yeah, you can definitely game. Like, what's a good reference? What games do you guys play? CS:GO I get like 700 FPS. Valorant I probably get like 800 FPS, which is pretty nice. Yeah, I mean, the power consumption is much. The good thing about 6000 ADA is that it doesn't just, you cannot cook steak with it. Well, you can, but like it doesn't go over like stupid amount, or it doesn't break it very easily. Because like consumer GPU like 4090 is designed to be shut off for a certain amount of time, like when you go to sleep and whatever, to have like a break time, right? They're not designed to run 24/7. So like the lifetime for server GPUs, that is like the 4090 like 4090 stuff, it's not as long to 6000 ADA. I gotta be more specific. First not scam YouTube giveaway I encounter. I gave away last time. Do you? Last time my last giveaway was legit too. I'm joking. I think. Wait, was it 1080? 1080. Wait, 1080 Ti view. No, it's not. I see people like put together 1080s to get 24 GB VRAM. That's kind of smart, not gonna lie. Okay, the feel when you need an entirely new rig just to make your new GPU run. That's literally what happened to me. Like originally I was doing good on my 3090, and then they were like, oh, we can send you a 6000 ADA. I was like, oh that's sick. Please send me. And then and then I realized, oh wow, I had to spend like quite a decent amount of money to match that GPU too, or else kind of doesn't make sense, right? So No, but I appreciate them though. The GPU so far, it's amazing. It made me test some absurd ass models, so pretty nice. But most of the time, right now, I've just been reading research papers, writing scripts, and recording. Like, it's like using a 3090 to play Minecraft. It's like the same logic, you know. If you're right back, I'm gonna go toilet. Hello, hello. Hydration check. Are you drinking water? This is a lot of new message. Is the song? No, the song is from NVIDIA. This is from the live stream. I'm not playing anything right now. I actually thought this was a hack account. Fair. You know, the amount of hack account got like the Tesla thing and they have Elon Musk selling cryptos. God damn. There was so much back in the days. Trading on a 1050 Ti? That's crazy. I praise your dedication. I hope you win. Get the bingo card ready. Wait, isn't that RL? It's on the screen, right? Is it not on the screen? Oh, it is. 6,000 reviews benchmark video win. That's a good point. I need to do that. I'll probably do it on live stream though. I think that'll be more fun. Minecraft modded. Have you seen the insane shaders they are? Like, there's literally the space one for the Ender Realm. I saw on Twitter, I think. Pretty sick. Most promising paper I have read so far. These few, okay, last week was pretty slow. Wait, actually make weekly research paper recaps on my other account. You guys should check it out if you haven't. If you go to the highlights, you can see all the weekly recaps. Let me send it in the chat. But the most promising paper, well, Llama 3.1. But theoretical wise, there are like different types. There are like types where I think they were interesting by itself, like the test time training, the one that I just published a video about, like by itself. That video, I found the paper really interesting because it's like a different concept. I guess I explained badly because some people didn't really understand. Oh, you're starting. Let's go.
Mark, welcome to your first SIGGRAPH.
Hi.
Can you believe this?
I cannot
One
believe
of the
this.
pioneers of computing, a driver of modern computing.
Oh, look at that change.
I had to invite him to SIGGRAPH. So anyways, Mark, sit down. It's great to have you here. Welcome. Thanks for flying down.
Yeah, no, this will be fun.
I
Have
have my
been going
bingo
for
card
like 5
out.
hours already or something?
Well, yeah, sure. PhDs. And so the thing that's really great about SIGGRAPH, as you know, this is the show of computer graphics, image processing, artificial intelligence, and robotics combined. And some of the companies that over the years have demonstrated and revealed amazing things here, from Disney, Pixar, Adobe, Epic Games, and of course, NVIDIA. We've done a lot of work here. This year, we introduced 20 papers at the intersection of artificial intelligence and simulation. So we're using artificial intelligence to do help simulation be way larger scale, way faster. For example, differentiable physics. We're using simulation to create simulation environments for synthetic data generation for artificial intelligence. And so these two areas are really coming together. Really proud of the work that we've done here. At Meta, you guys have done amazing AI work. I mean, one of the things that I find amusing is when the press writes about how Meta's jumped into AI this last couple of years, as if the work that FAIR has done. Remember, we all use PyTorch. That comes out of Meta. The work that you do in computer vision, the work in language models, real-time translation, groundbreaking work. I guess my first question for you is, how do you see the advances of generative AI at Meta today, and how do you apply it to either enhance your operations or introduce new capabilities that you're offering?
Yeah, so a lot to unpack there. First of all, really happy to be here. Meta has done a lot of work and has been at SIGGRAPH for 8 years. So I mean, it's we're noobs compared to you guys. But I think it was back in 2018.
You're dressed right, but this is my hood.
Well, thank you for welcoming me to your hood.
Zuck's outfit.
I think it was back in 2018. We showed some of the early hand tracking work on for our VR and mixed reality headsets. I think we've talked a bunch about the progress that we're making on codec avatars, the photorealistic avatars that we want to be able to drive from consumer headsets, which we're getting closer and closer to.
Consumer headsets.
And also, a lot of the display systems work that we've done.
Does that count as VR?
Some of the future prototypes and research for getting the mixed reality headsets to be able to be really thin,
okay.
With
he didn't mixed reality.
Pretty advanced optical stacks and display systems, the integrated system. I mean, that's been stuff that we've typically shown here first. So excited to be here. This year, not just talking about the metaverse stuff, but also
yes,
all the
that
AI
counts.
pieces, which, as you said, I mean, we started FAIR, the AI Research Center. Back then it was Facebook. Now Meta. Before we started Reality Labs, and we've been at this for a while. All the stuff around Gen AI. It's an interesting revolution, and I think that it's going to end up making, I think, all of the different products that we do, different in interesting ways. I mean, I kind of go.
He's still got the 10 on his eyes.
You can look at the big product lines that we have already. So things like the feed and recommendation systems and Instagram and Facebook, and we've kind of been on this journey where that's gone from just being about connecting with your friends, and the ranking was always important because even when you were just following friends, if someone did something really important, like your cousin had a baby or something, it's like you want that at the top. You'd be pretty angry at us if we it was buried somewhere down in your feed. So the ranking was important, but now over the last few years, it's gotten to a point where more of that stuff is just different public content that's out there. The recommendation systems are super important because now instead of just a few hundred or thousand potential candidate posts from friends, there's millions of pieces of content, and that turns into like a really interesting recommendation problem. And with generative AI, I think we're going to quickly move into this zone where not only is the majority of the content that you see today on Instagram just recommended to you from kind of stuff that's out there in the world that matches your interests, whether or not you follow the people. I think in the future, a lot of this stuff is going to be created with these tools too. Some of that is going to be creators using the tools to create new content. Some of it, I think, eventually is going to be content that's either created on the fly for you, or kind of pulled together and synthesized through different things that are out there. So I think that's just one example of how kind of the core part of what we're doing is just going to evolve, and it's been evolving for 20 years already. But I think
very few people realize that one of the largest computing systems the world has ever conceived of is a recommender system.
Yeah, I mean, it's this whole different path, right? It's not quite the kind of Gen AI hotness that people talk about, but I think it's like it's all the transformer
kind of clean though.
And it's a similar thing of just building up more and more general models.
Embedding unstructured data into features and.
Yeah, I mean, one of the big things that just drives quality improvements is, it used to be that you'd have a different model for each type of content, right? So a recent example is, we had, one model for ranking and recommending reels and another model for ranking and recommending more long-form videos. And then, it takes some product work to basically make it so that the system can display, anything in line. But, the more you kind of just create more general recommendation models that can span everything, it just gets better and better. So, I mean, part of it, I think, is just like economics and liquidity of content, and the broader of a pool that you can pull from, you're just not having these weird inefficiencies of pulling from different pools. But yeah, I mean, as the models get bigger and more general, that gets better and better. So I kind of dream of one day, like you can almost imagine all of Facebook or Instagram being, like a single AI model that has unified all these different content types and systems together that actually have different objectives over different time frames, right? Because some of it is just showing you, what's the interesting content that you're going to be, that you want to see today. But some of it is helping you build out your network over the long term, right? People you may know or accounts you might want to follow.
And these multimodal models tend to be much better at recognizing patterns, weak signals.
Don't have it on bingo though.
And so one of the things that people always, it's so interesting that AI has been so deep in your company. You've been building GPU infrastructure, running these large recommender systems for a long time. Now you're
a little slow on it, actually, getting to GPUs.
GPU
I was trying
infrastructure.
To be nice.
I know. Well, too nice.
So
I was trying to
close.
be nice. You're
I,
my guest.
When I was backstage before I came on here, you were talking about like owning your mistakes or something, right? So
you don't have to volunteer it out of the blue.
I think this one has been well trod. I mean, it's like I got raked over.
But
the
as soon as you got into it, as soon as you got into it strong. Let's just put it. There you go. There you go.
How we roll.
Now, the thing that's really cool about generative AI is these days when I use
GPU
WhatsApp,
mentioned.
I feel like I'm collaborating with WhatsApp. I love Imagine. I'm sitting here typing, and it's generating the images as I'm going.
Yeah.
I go back and I change my words. It's generating other images.
Yeah.
And so the one that old Chinese guy enjoying a glass of whiskey at sundown with 3 dogs, golden retriever, golden doodle, and a Bernese mountain dog. And it generates, a pretty good-looking picture. Yeah,
yeah, we're getting there.
That's me.
Every month.
Yeah.
Getting better.
And then now you could actually load my picture in there.
Yep.
It'll actually be me.
Yeah, that's as of last week.
Super excited about that.
So now imagine me. I'm spending a lot of time with my daughters, imagining them as mermaids and things over the last week. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's the other half of it. I mean, a lot of the Gen AI stuff is going to, on the one hand, it's I think going to just be this big upgrade for all of the workflows and products that we've had for a long time. Mm-hmm. But on the other hand, there's going to be all these completely new things that can now get created. So Meta AI, the idea of having just an AI assistant that can help you with different tasks, and in our world is going to be very creatively oriented, like you're saying, but I mean they're very general. So I mean you don't need to just constrain it to that. It'll be able to answer any question. Over time, I think when we move from like the Llama 3 class of models to Llama 4 and beyond, it's gonna I think feel less like a chatbot where it's like
Llama 3.1.
You give it a prompt and it just responds, and then you give it a prompt and it responds, and it's just like back and forth. I think it's going to pretty quickly evolve to you give it an intent.
There's an mention. Does that count? I heard it, but I don't think that really counts. Maybe. Fine, that counts.
But I mean, some of the stuff I think will end up, it'll spin up, compute jobs that
you said Llama 3 and beyond,
or months
so
or something, and then just come back to you when like something happens in the world, and I think that's going to be really powerful. So I mean,
today's AI, as you know, is kind of turn-based. You say something, it says something back to you. But obviously, when we're given a mission or we're giving a problem, you know, we'll contemplate multiple options, or maybe we come up with a, you know, a tree of options, a decision tree, and we walk down the decision tree simulating in our mind, you know, what are the different outcomes of each decision that we could potentially make. And so we're doing planning. And so in the future, AIs will kind of do the same. One of the things that I was super excited about when you talked about your vision of creator AI, I just think that's a home run idea, frankly.
Wait, I
Tell
just
everybody
realized my
about the
bingo
Creator
card
AI and
is
AI Studio
blocking
that's going to
Jensen.
enable you to do that.
Yeah, so we actually, I mean, this is something that we're you know, we've talked about it a bit, but we're rolling it out a lot wider today. You know, a lot of our vision is
Just get rid of this.
I don't think that there's just going to be like one AI model, right? I mean, this is something that some of the other companies in the industry, they're like, you know, it's like they're building like one central agent, and yeah, we'll have the Meta AI assistant that you can use, but a lot of our vision is that we want to empower all the people who use our products to basically create agents for themselves. So whether that's, you know, all the many millions of creators that are on the platform, or, you know, hundreds of millions of small businesses, we eventually want to just be able to pull in all your content and very quickly stand up a business agent and be able to interact with your customers and, you know, do sales and customer support and all that. So the one that we're just starting to roll out more now is we call it AI Studio, and it basically is a set of tools that eventually is going to make it so that every creator can build sort of an AI version of themselves as sort of an agent or an assistant that their community can interact with. There's kind of a fundamental issue here where there's just not enough hours in the day, right? It's like if you're a creator, you want to engage more with your community, but you're constrained on time. And similarly, your community wants to engage with you, but it's tough. I mean, there's a limited time to do that. So the next best thing is allowing people to basically create these artifacts.
Yeah,
right?
take your content,
it's an agent, but you train it to kind of on your material to represent you in the way that you want. I think it's a very kind of creative endeavor, almost like a piece of art or content that you're putting out there. And no, it's going to be very clear that it's not engaging with the creator themselves, but I think it'll be another interesting way, just like how creators put out content on these social systems, to be able to have agents that do that. Similarly, I think that there's going to be a thing where people basically create their own agents for all different kinds of uses. Some will be sort of customized utility, things that they're trying to get done that they want to kind of fine tune and train an agent for. Some of them will be entertainment, and some of the things that people create are just funny, you know, and just kind of silly in different ways, or kind of have a funny attitude about things that, you know, we probably wouldn't build into Meta AI as an assistant, but I think people are kind of pretty interested to see and interact with. And then one of the interesting use cases that we're seeing is people kind of using these agents for support. This was one thing that was a little bit surprising to me. Is one of the top use cases for Meta AI already is people basically using it to role play difficult social situations that they're going to be in. So whether it's a professional situation, it's like, all right, I want to ask my manager, like,
corporate
how
speak.
do I get a promotion or a raise, or I'm having this fight with my friend, or I'm having this difficult situation with my girlfriend. Like how can this conversation go? And basically having a completely judgment-free
How to ask your boss for a raise without getting
basically
fired.
Role play that and see how the conversation will go and get feedback on it. But a lot of people, they don't just want to interact with the same kind of, you know, agent, whether it's Meta AI or ChatGPT or whatever it is that everyone else is using. They want to kind of create their own thing. So that's roughly where we're going with AI Studio, but it's all part of this bigger, I guess, view that we have.
Yeah, I think coach.
Yeah,
that's definitely going to happen. That's probably going to happen, to be honest.
We just think that the world will be better and more interesting if there's a diversity of these different things.
I just think it's so cool that if you're an artist and you have a style, you could take your style.
ChatGPT doesn't count.
You could fine tune
Yeah.
one of your models.
Yeah.
And now this becomes an AI model that you can come and you could prompt it. You could ask me to, create something along the lines of the art style that I have, and you might even give me a piece of art as a drawing, a sketch as an inspiration, and I can generate something for you. And you come to my bot for that. Come to my AI for that. It could be every single restaurant, every single website will probably in the future have these AIs.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of think
Yeah, that's
that
reasonable,
in the
'cause
future, just like every business,
I can imagine that
has
it's like
an email
open
address
table
and a website and a social media
and stuff
account
integrate with AI.
or
Then every
several. And I think
business
in the
pretty
future,
much have
every
an
business is
AI.
going to have an AI agent that interfaces with their customers. And
Right.
some of these things I think have been pretty hard to do historically. Like, if you think about any company, it's like you probably have customer support as just a separate organization from sales. And that's not really how you'd want it to work as CEO. It's just that, okay, they're kind of different skills. You're building up these
I'm
large...
your customer support, just to be.
What's up?
I'm
You are?
your, yeah, well, apparently I am. Yeah.
I mean,
Whenever Mark needs something, he
as
just,
CEO,
I can't tell
yeah,
whether it's
sure.
chatbot or it's
Yeah,
Mark, but he
no,
just
it's just my chatbot just asking you. No, well, I guess that's kind of, yeah, when you're CEO, you have to do all the stuff. But I mean, then when you
Yeah,
build the
Uber
abstraction
Eats
into your
menu with
organization,
AI
a lot of
images
times, like
the day
in
I'll get
general,
off
the
Uber
organizations
Eats.
are separate because they're kind of
But
optimized
after you
for
see
different
when I'll
things.
stop
But
using it.
I think, like, the platonic ideal of this would be that it's kind of one thing, right? As a customer, you don't really care. You don't want to like have a different route when you're trying to buy something versus if you're having an issue with something that you bought. You just want to have a place that you can go and get your questions answered and be able to engage with the business in different ways. And I think that applies for creators too. I think that the kind of personal consumer side of this is going to be...
all of that engagement with your customers, especially their complaints, is going to make your company better.
Yeah, totally.
Right?
Yeah.
The fact that it's all engaging with this AI is going to capture the institutional knowledge and all of that can go into analytics, which improves the AI and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the business version of this is that I think has a little more integration, and we're still in a pretty early alpha with that. But the AI studio, making it so people can kind of create their UGC agents and different things, and getting started on this flywheel of having creators create them. I'm pretty excited about that.
And so can I use AI Studio to fine tune with my images, my collection of images?
Yeah, we're gonna get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then can I load it all the things that I've written so that use it as my rag?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then every time I come back to it, it loads up its memory again, so it remembers where it left off last time.
Yep.
And we carry on our conversation as if nothing ever happened.
Yeah, and look, I mean, like any product,
This is
it'll
just
get
two
better over time,
CEOs
tools
pushing
and training
AI
will get
buzz.
better. It's not just
They're
about what you want it to
definitely,
say. I think generally creators and
talking
businesses
a
have
bit
topics that they want to stay away from too. Right? So just
very
getting better at all this
positively,
stuff.
I would say.
I think the platonic version of this is not just text, right? You almost want to just be able to. And this is sort of an intersection with some of the codec avatar work.
Yeah, I
that
should
we're
have
doing over
included
time.
RAG, to be
You want to
honest.
basically be able to have almost like a video chat with the
6,000
the
people
agent,
watching.
and I think we'll get there over time. I don't think that this stuff is that far off, but the flywheel is spinning really quickly, so it's exciting. There is a lot of new stuff to build, and I think even if the progress on the foundation models kind of stopped now, which I don't think it will, I think we'd have like 5 years of product innovation for the industry to basically figure out how to most effectively use all the stuff that's gotten built so
pretty
far.
much.
But I actually just think the kind of foundation models and the progress on the fundamental research is accelerating. So that it's a pretty wild time.
You got technology, you just
You're
need to find out use
visionary.
case.
It's all
Or
you
make
kinda made this
people,
happen,
Why,
a
thank you.
decent enough UI.
In the last conversation, I
That
thank you.
awkward silence. Oh my god.
Yeah. We're CEOs. We're delicate flowers. We need a lot of back. Yeah.
We're pretty grizzled at this point. I think we're the two kind of longest standing founders in the industry,
It's
right?
true.
It's true.
It's true.
That is true.
It's true. I just
That is true.
And your hair has gotten gray. Mine has just gotten longer.
mine's gotten gray. Yours gotten curly. What's up?
It was always curly. That's why I kept
okay.
it short.
Oh my
Yeah, I
god.
just if I'd known it was going to take so long to succeed,
You never would have started.
no,
That's
I would have dropped
crazy.
out of college just like you. Get a head start.
Well, that's a good difference between our personalities. I think that these things.
You got a
happen so far.
12-year head start. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
You know, you're doing pretty well.
I'm going to be able to carry on. Let me just put it that way. Yeah. So
It's so funny.
the thing that I love about your vision of that everybody can have an AI, that every business can have an AI. in our company, I want every engineer and every software developer to have an AI.
I just want to see them beef now.
Or
They
many
should
AIs.
just talk smack.
The thing that's
It's more entertaining
that
than
I love
talking about
your
AI.
vision
Because they're
is
not getting
you also believe
technical.
that everybody and every company should be able to make their own AI. So you actually open sourced. When you open sourced Llama, I thought that was
Open
great.
source
Llama
mentioned.
2.1, by the way, I thought Llama 2 was probably the biggest event in AI last year. And the reason for that,
I mean, I thought it was the H100, but you know, it's
Oh, the glaze, the glaze.
it's a chicken or the egg question. That's a chicken
We
or
all
the
play
egg
our
question.
parts.
Yeah, which came
Glaze
first?
is
the
crazy.
H100. No, well, Llama 2 was actually not the H100.
Yeah, it
This
was
is so funny.
A100. Yeah, thank you. And so
It's 100, right?
the reason why I
right,
say
right,
it's the
right.
biggest
Bingo,
event was
bingo.
because when that came out,
Wait, we're actually
activated
gonna make it.
every company,
We're actually
every
gonna make
enterprise,
it.
and every industry. All of a sudden, every healthcare company was building AIs. Every company was building AI. Every large company, small companies, startups were building AIs. It made it possible for every researcher to be able to re-engage AI again, because they have a starting point to do something with. And then now 3.1 is out, and the excitement, just so you know, we work together to
3.1
deploy,
explicitly
3.1,
mentioned.
out to the world's enterprise,
So-
and the excitement is just off the charts.
Check.
And I think it's going to enable all kinds of applications. But tell me about your open source philosophy. Where did that come from? And you know,
Okay.
open source PyTorch.
Okay,
And
the
that is
juice.
now the framework by which AI is done. And now you've open sourced Llama 3.1 or Llama. There's a whole ecosystem built around it. And so I think it's terrific. But where did that all come from?
Yeah, so there's a bunch of history on a lot of this. I mean, we've done a lot of open source work over time. I think part of it, just bluntly, is we got started after some of the other tech companies, right, in building out stuff like the distributed computing infrastructure and the data centers, and because of that, by the time that we built that stuff, it wasn't a competitive advantage. So we're like, all right, we might as well make this open, and then we'll benefit from the ecosystem around that. So we had a bunch of projects like that. I think the biggest one was probably Open Compute, where we took our server designs and the network designs and eventually the data center designs and published all of that. And by having that become somewhat of an industry standard, all the supply chains basically got organized around it, which had this benefit of saving money for everyone. So by making it public and open, we basically have saved billions of dollars from doing that
Well,
work.
Open Compute was also what made it possible for NVIDIA HGXs that we designed for one data center. All of a sudden, it works in
HGX mentioned, but not DGX.
So that was an awesome experience. And then we've done it with a bunch of our kind of
This is live
infrastructure
event,
tools,
yeah.
things like React, PyTorch. So I'd
This is
say by the
completely
time
live.
that Llama came around, we were sort of positively predisposed towards doing this. For AI models specifically, I guess there's a few ways that I look at this. I mean, one is, it's been really fun building stuff over the last 20 years at the company. One of the things that has been sort of the most difficult has been kind of having to navigate the fact that we ship our apps through our competitors' mobile platforms. So, on the one hand, the mobile platforms have been this huge boon to the industry. That's been awesome. On the other hand, having to deliver your products through your competitors is challenging, right? And I also, I grew up in a time
Apple
where
mentioned.
the first version of
Does that
Facebook was
count?
on the web, and that was open. And then, as it transitioned to mobile, the plus side of that was, now everyone has a computer in their pocket, so that's great. The downside is, okay, we're a lot more restricted in what we can do. So when you look at these generations of computing, there's this big recency bias where everyone just looks at mobile and thinks, okay, because the closed ecosystem, because Apple basically won and set the terms of that, and like, yeah, I know that there's more Android phones out there technically, but like Apple basically has the whole market, and like all the profits, and basically
Original
Android
stream
kind of
is from
following
NVIDIA.
Apple in terms of the development of it. So I think Apple pretty clearly won this generation. But it's not always like that, right? I mean, if you go back a generation, Apple was doing their kind of closed thing.
Apple explicitly
but
mentioned.
Microsoft, which was, it obviously isn't like this perfectly open company, but compared to Apple with Windows running on all the different OEMs and different software, different hardware, was a much more open ecosystem. And Windows was the leading ecosystem. It basically in the kind of PC
Watching
generation
Mark
of
talks
things,
makes
the
me
open ecosystem
not
won.
slouch.
And I am kind of hopeful that in the next generation of computing, we're going to return
Sitting so
to
straight.
a zone where the open ecosystem wins and is the leading one again. There will always be a closed one and an open one. I think that there's reasons to do both. There are benefits to
Goddamn,
both.
I
I'm
didn't-
not like a zealot on this. I mean, we do closed source stuff. Not everything that we publish is open. But I think in general, for the computing platforms that the whole industry is building on, there's a lot of value for that if the software especially is open. So that's really shaped my philosophy on this. And for both AI with Llama and with the work that we're doing in AR and VR, where we're basically making the Horizon OS that we're building for mixed reality an open operating system in the sense of kind of what Android or Windows was, and basically making it so that like we're going to be able to work with lots of different hardware companies to make all different kinds of devices. We basically just want to return the ecosystem to that level where that's going to be the open one. And I'm pretty optimistic that in the next generation, the open ones are going to win. For us specifically, I just want to make sure that we have access to, I mean, this is sort of selfish, but I mean, it's, after building this company for a while, one of my things for the next 10 or 15 years is like, I just want to make sure that we can build the fundamental technology that we're going to be building social experiences on, because there have just been too many things that I've tried to build and then have just been told, nah, you can't really build that by the platform provider, that at some level I'm just like, nah, fuck that. For the next generation, like we're going to go build
The
like, all the way down
drops.
and make sure that
There goes our broadcast opportunity.
Yeah, no, sorry. Sorry.
Hang on a sec. Beep.
Yeah. We're doing okay for like 20 minutes, but give me talking about closed platforms and I get angry.
Hey, look, it is great. I think it's a great world where
I thought he said that was a great word.
People who are dedicated to build the best possible AIs, however they build it, and they offer it to the world, as a service. And then, but if you want to build your own AI, you could still also build your own AI. So the ability, to use an AI, there's a lot of stuff. I prefer not to make this jacket myself. I prefer to have this jacket made for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. But so the fact that leather could be open source is not a useful concept for me. But I think the idea that you could have great services, incredible services, as well as open ability.
Yeah.
Then we basically have the entire spectrum. But the thing that you did with 3.1 that was really great was you have 405B, you have 70B, you have 8B. You could use it for synthetic data generation.
Synthetic mentioned
to essentially teach the smaller models. And although
I
larger
didn't have
models
it.
will be more general, it's less brittle. You could still build a smaller model that fits in whatever operating domain or operating cost that you would like to have. MetaGuard, I think, incredible. Llama Guard, Llama Guard for guard railing, fantastic. And so now,
does that count as alignment?
You built the model. It's built in a transparent way.
Does that count as safety?
You've got a world-class safety team, world-class ethics team.
Ethics.
You could build it in such a way that everybody knows it's built properly. And so I really love that part of it.
Yeah, and I mean, just to finish the thought from before I got sidetracked there for a detour, I do think there's this alignment where, I mean, we're building it because we want the thing to exist. And
Alignment. Wait, alignment mentioned.
Some closed model,
my.
right? And but this isn't just like a piece of software that you can build. It's you need an ecosystem around it, and so it's almost like it kind of almost wouldn't even work that well if we didn't open source it, right? We're not doing this because we're kind of altruistic people, even though I think that this is going to be helpful for the ecosystem, and we're doing it because we think that this is going to make the thing that we're building the best by kind of having a robust ecosystem
Well, look how many people contributed to PyTorch ecosystem.
Yeah, totally.
Mountains of engineering.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. I mean,
NVIDIA alone, we probably have a couple of hundred people just dedicated to making PyTorch better and scalable and more performant and so on and so forth.
yeah, and it's also just when something becomes something of an industry standard, other folks do work around it, right? So like all of the silicon and the systems will end up being optimized to run this thing really well, which will benefit everyone, but it will also work well with the system that we're building. And that's, I think, just one example of how this ends up being just being really effective. So yeah, I mean, I think that the open source
PyTorch is
strategy
actually kind of smart.
Yeah, it's
is going to be a good one as a business strategy. I think people still don't quite get.
We love it so much. We built an ecosystem around it. We built this thing
you
called
guys
AI
have been awesome
Foundry.
on this. Yeah. I mean, you guys have been awesome on
Yeah,
this. I mean, every time we're shipping something, you guys are the first to release this.
These two
and
have an
optimize
idea
it
what
and
they're
make it
talking
work.
about. Yes, they
So,
do.
I mean, I appreciate that.
Jensen specifically mentioned
I say?
how
We have good
LM
engineers.
Llama 3.1
And
was
so-
built.
And
Well, you always
So
just jump on this
he
stuff.
actually does
So
know what he's talking about.
I'm a
Very
senior, I'm
supportive.
a senior citizen, but I'm agile. That's what CEOs have to do. And I recognize an important thing. And I think that Llama is genuinely important. We built this concept to call an AI factory, AI foundry around it, so that we can help everybody build. A lot of people, they have a desire to build AI. And it's very important for them to own the AI, because once they put that into their flywheel, their data flywheel, that's how their company's institutional knowledge is encoded and embedded into an AI. So they can't afford to have the AI flywheel, the data flywheel, that experience flywheel somewhere else. So, and so open source allows them to do that. But they don't really know how to turn this whole thing into an AI. And so we created this thing called an AI Foundry. We provide the tooling. We provide the expertise. Llama technology. We have the ability to help them turn this whole thing into an AI service. And then when we're done with that, they take it, they own it. The output of it's what we call a NIM. And this NIM, this Neuro Micro NVIDIA Inference Microservice, they just download it, they take it, and they run it anywhere they like, including on-prem. And we have a whole ecosystem of partners, from OEMs that can run the NIMs to GSIs like Accenture that we've trained and worked with to create Llama-based NIMs and pipelines. And now we're off helping enterprises all over the world do this. I mean, it's really quite an exciting thing. It's really all triggered off of the Llama open sourcing.
That's so sad.
yeah, I think especially the ability to help people distill their own models from the big model is going to be a really valuable new thing. Because there's this, just like we talked about on the product side, how, at least I don't think that there's going to be like one major AI agent that everyone talks to. It's at the same level, I don't think that there's going to necessarily be one model that everyone uses.
We have a chip AI, chip design AI.
Yeah.
We have a software coding AI. And our software coding AI understands USD, because we code in USD for Omniverse stuff. We have software AI that understands Verilog, our Verilog. We have software AI that understands our bugs database and knows how to help us triage bugs and sends it to the right engineers. And so each one of these AIs are fine-tuned off of Llama.
When's Hugging Face
And so
mentioned?
we fine-tune them, we guardrail them. If we have an AI design for chip design, we're not interested in asking it about politics, and religion and things like that. So we guardrail it. And so I think every company will essentially have, for every single function that they have, they will likely have AIs that are built for that, and they need help to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of the big questions is going to be in the future, to what extent are people just using the kind of the bigger, more sophisticated models versus just training their own models for the uses that they have. And at least I would bet that they're going to be just a just vast proliferation of different models.
We use the largest ones. And the reason for that is because our engineers, their times are so valuable. And so we get, right now we're getting 405B optimized for performance. And as you know, 405B doesn't fit in any GPU, no matter how big. And so that's why the NVLink performance is so important. We have this, every one of our GPUs connected by this non-blocking switch called NVLink switch. And in the HGX, for example, there are 2 of those switches. And we make it possible for all these GPUs to work and run the 405Bs really performant. The reason why we do it is because the engineers' times are so valuable to us. We want to use the best possible model. The fact that it's cost effective by a few pennies, who cares? And so we just want to make sure that the best quality of result is presented to them.
The hype meter
the
is
405,
dead.
I think, is about half the cost to inference of the GPT-4o model. So, I mean, at that level, it's already, I mean,
GPT-4o mentioned.
I think people who are doing stuff on devices or want smaller models, they're just going to distill it down. So that's like a whole different set of services.
That AI is running, and let's pretend for a second that we're hiring that AI. That AI for chip design is probably $10 an hour. You're using, if you're using it constantly,
No, it's
you're sharing that AI
GPT-5,
across a
not
whole bunch of
GPT-4o.
engineers. So each engineer probably has an AI that's sitting with them that doesn't cost very
They didn't
much.
explicitly
And we pay
say
the engineers a lot of money.
AI.
And so to us, a few dollars an hour amplifies the capabilities of somebody that's really valuable.
Yeah. I mean, you don't need to convince me.
If you haven't hired an AI, do it right away. That's all we're saying.
As a
let's talk about the next wave. One of the things that I really love about the work that you guys do, computer vision. One of the models that we use a lot internally. Segment everything.
Oh, I called it.
And that
segment
that
anything
we're
or everything.
training
What?
AI
I thought it's
models
segment anything.
on video so that we can understand the world model.
Watch Mark correct him.
Our use case is for robotics and industrial digitalization and connecting these AI models into Omniverse so that we can model and represent the physical world better. Have robots that operate in these Omniverse worlds better. Your application, the Ray-Ban Meta Glass, your vision for bringing AI into the virtual world is really interesting. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, okay, a lot to unpack in there. The segment anything model that you're talking about, we're actually presenting
segment anything.
the next version of that here at SIGGRAPH, segment anything 2. And it now works, it's faster, it works with, here we go. It works in video now as well. I think these are
so
actually
good.
cattle from my ranch in Kauai.
By the way, these are what they're called. Mark's cows.
Delicious cows.
Delicious
Yeah.
Mark's cows.
Oh my.
There you go. Yeah, no.
Next time we do, so Mark came up to my house and we made Philly cheesesteak together. Next time you're bringing the
I'd
cow.
say you did. I was more of a sous chef. but it was really good. It was really good.
That sous chef comment. Okay, listen.
And then at the end of the night, though, you were like, hey, so you ate enough, right? And I was like, I don't know, I could eat another one. You're like, really?
Usually when you say something like,
you were being
to your
polite.
guest,
I was definitely like, yeah, we're making more. She's
Did you get enough to eat? Usually your guest says, oh yeah, I'm fine.
Make me another cheesesteak, Jensen.
So just to let you know how OCD he is, so I turn around, I'm prepping the cheesesteak, and I said, Mark, cut the tomatoes. And so Mark, I handed him a knife.
Yeah, I'm a precision cutter.
And so he cuts the tomatoes. Every single one of them are perfectly to the exact millimeter. But the really interesting thing is I was expecting all the tomatoes to be sliced and kind of stacked up, kind of like a deck of cards. And but when I turned around, he said he needed another plate. And the reason for that was because all of the tomatoes he cut, none of them touched each other. Once he separates one slice of tomato from the other tomato, they shall not touch again.
Yeah, look, man, if you wanted them to touch, you needed to tell me that, right?
That's
why I'm just the sous chef, okay?
That's why he needs an AI that doesn't judge.
Yeah, it's like...
So this is super cool. Okay, so it's recognizing the cows, it's recognizing, tracking the cows.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's
billionaires cooking steaks
will be able to be made with this.
I can relate to that.
It'll be open a lot of more serious applications across the industry too. So
yeah.
I mean, scientists use this stuff to, study like coral reefs and natural habitats.
Jensen Zuck beefing.
Kind of evolution of landscapes and things like that.
Literally.
It's being able to do this in video and having it be a zero shot and be able to kind of interact with it and tell it what you want to track is it's pretty cool research.
So, for example, the reason why we use it, for example, you have a warehouse, and it's got a whole bunch of cameras, and the warehouse AI is watching everything that's going on, and let's say a stack of boxes fell, or somebody spilled water on the ground, or whatever accident is about to happen. The AI recognizes it, generates the text, sends it to somebody, and help will come along the way. And so that's one way of using it. Instead of recording everything, if there's an accident, instead of recording every nanosecond of video and then going back and retrieve that moment, it just records the important stuff because it knows what it's looking at. And so having a video understanding model, a video language model, is really, really powerful for all these interesting applications. Now, what else are you guys going to work on beyond Ray? Talk to me about.
Yes, there's all the smart glasses.
Yeah.
Right. So I think when we think about the next computing platform, we kind of break it down into mixed reality, the headsets, and the smart glasses. And the smart glasses, I think it's easier for people to wrap their head around that and wearing it, because it's, pretty much everyone who's wearing a pair of glasses today will that'll get upgraded to smart glasses, and that's like more than 1 billion people in the world, so that's going to be a pretty big thing. The VR MR headsets, I think some people find it interesting for gaming or different uses, some don't yet. My view is that they're going to be both in the world. I think the smart glasses are going to be sort of the mobile phone, kind of always on version of the next computing platform, and the mixed reality headsets are going to be more like your workstation or your game console, where when you're sitting down for a more immersive session and you want access to more compute. Mm-hmm. The glasses are just very small form factor. There are going to be a lot of constraints on that, just like you can't do the same level of computing on a phone.
It came at exactly the time when all of these breakthroughs in generative AI happened.
Yeah, so we basically,
really
for smart
amazing.
glasses, we've been going at the problem from two different directions. On the one hand, we've been building what we think is sort of the technology that you need for the kind of ideal holographic AR glasses, and we're doing all the custom silicon work, all the custom display stack work, like all the stuff that you would need to do to make that work. And they're glasses, right? It's not a headset. It's not like a VR or MR headset. They look like glasses, but they're still quite a bit far off from the glasses that you're wearing now. Those are very thin. But even the Ray-Bans that we make, you couldn't quite fit all the tech that you need to into that yet for kind of full holographic AR. Though we're getting close, and over the next few years, I think we'll basically get closer. It'll still be pretty expensive, but I think that'll start to be a product. The other angle that we've come at this is, let's start with good-looking glasses by partnering with the best glasses maker in the world.
Oh no.
EssilorLuxottica. They basically make
It's a
they have
desync
all
again.
the big brands that you use. Whether it's Ray-Ban or Oakley or Oliver Peoples or just like a handful of
Not
others. It's
again.
kind of all EssilorLuxottica.
The NVIDIA of glasses.
I think that it's I think they would probably like that analogy. But who wouldn't? Who wouldn't at this point? So we've been working with them on the Ray-Bans. We're on the 2nd generation, and the goal there has been, okay, let's constrain the form factor to just something that looks great.
Great idea.
And within that, let's put in as much technology as we can, understanding that we're not going to get to the kind of ideal of what we want to fit into it technically, but but at the end it'll be like great looking glasses. And at this point we have camera sensors, so you can take photos and videos. You can actually live stream to Instagram. You can take video calls on WhatsApp and stream to the other person what you're seeing. You can. It has a microphone and speakers. So the speaker's actually really good. It's open ear, so
really
a lot of people find it more comfortable than earbuds. You can listen to music, and it's just like this private experience. That's pretty neat. People love that. You can take phone calls on it. But then it just turned out that sensor package was exactly what you needed to be able to talk to AI too.
Yeah,
so that was sort of an accident. If you'd asked me 5 years ago, were we going to get holographic AR before AI, I would have said, yeah, probably, right? It just seems like it's progression in the display progression.
Oh, it's back, okay.
On all the virtual and mixed reality stuff and building up the new display stack. We were just making continual progress towards that.
That's right.
And then this breakthrough happened with
right.
LLMs,
Yeah.
and it turned out that we have sort of really high quality AI now and getting better at a really fast rate before you have holographic AR. So it's sort of this inversion that I didn't really expect. I mean, we're fortunately well positioned because we were working on all these different products, but I think what you're going to end up with is just a whole series of different potential glasses products at different price points with different levels of technology in them. So I kind of think, based on what we're seeing now with the Ray-Ban Metas, I would guess that displayless AI glasses at like a $300 price point are going to be a really big product that like tens of millions of people or hundreds of millions of people eventually are going to have. And
then you're going to have super interactive AI that you're talking to. You have visual language understanding that you just showed. You have real-time translation. You could talk to me in one language. I hear it in another language.
And then the display is obviously going to be great too, but it's going to add a little bit of weight to the glasses and it's going to make them more expensive. So I think there will be a lot of people who want the kind of full holographic display, but there are also going to be a lot of people for whom they want something that eventually is going to be like really thin glasses. And
well, for industrial applications and for some work applications, we need that. We need.
I think for consumer stuff too.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, I think, I was thinking about this a lot during during COVID when everyone kind of went remote for a bit. It's like you're spending all this time on Zoom. It's like, okay, this is it's great that we have this, but in the future, we're like not that many years away from being able to have a virtual meeting where it's like I'm not here physically, it's just my hologram, and like it just feels like we're there and we're physically present. We can work on something and collaborate on something together. But I think this is going to be especially important with AI.
Application, I could live with a device that I'm not wearing all the time.
Oh yeah, but I think we're going to get to the point where it actually is.
Yeah, I could.
It'll be. I mean, there's within glasses, there's like thinner frames and there's thicker frames and there's like all these styles. But so I think we're a while away from having full holographic glasses in the form factor of your glasses. But I think having it in a pair of stylish, kind of chunkier framed glasses is not that far off.
These sunglasses are the face size these days. I could see that.
Yeah, and you know what? That's a very helpful style trend.
Yeah, exactly. That's a very helpful style trend.
So whoever, it's like I'm trying to make my way into becoming like a style influencer, so I can like influence this before before the glasses come to the market. But
well, I can see you attempting it. How's your style influencing working out for you?
It's early.
Yeah,
it's early. It's early.
Outfit mission part 2.
I feel like if a big part of the future of the business is going to be building kind of stylish glasses that people wear. This is something I should probably start paying a little more attention to.
That's right.
Right
yeah,
then.
Totally,
so yeah,
totally agree.
We're gonna have to retire the version of me that wore the same thing every day. But I mean, that's the thing about glasses too. I think it's it's unlike even the watch or phones. Like people really do not want to all look the same, right? And it's like so. I do think that it's a platform that I think is going to lend itself, going back to the theme that we talked about before, towards being an open ecosystem, because I think the diversity of form factors and styles that people are going to demand is going to be immense. Yeah. It's not like everyone is not going to want to put like the one kind of pair of glasses that whoever else designs. Like that's not. I don't think that's going to fly for this.
Yeah, I think that's right. Well, Mark, it's sort of incredible that we're living through a time where the entire computing stack is being reinvented. How we think about software, what Andre calls software 1 and software 2, and now we're basically in software 3 now. The way we compute, from general purpose computing to these generative neural network processing way of doing computing, the capabilities, the applications we could develop now are unthinkable in the past. And this technology, generative AI, I don't remember another technology that in such a fast rate influenced consumers, enterprise, industries, and science.
Yeah.
And to be able to cut across all these different fields of science, from climate tech to biotech to physical sciences. In every single field that we're encountered, generative AI is right in the middle of fundamental transition, and in addition to that, the things that you're talking about, generative AI is going to make a profound impact in society. You know, the products that we're making, and one of the things that I'm super excited about. And somebody asked me earlier, is there going to be a, Jensen AI? Well,
Somebody
that's
asked me
AI
earlier.
you were talking about, where we just build our own AIs, and
You
I
forgot her
load it
name.
up with all of the things that I've written, and I fine tune it with the way I answer questions, and hopefully over time the accumulation of use, and it becomes a really great assistant and companion for
Giveaway is a lie.
People who just wants to
No,
ask
it's
questions
236
or, bounce ideas off
entries.
of, and it'll be the version of Jensen that, as you were saying earlier, that's not judgmental. You're not afraid of being judged, and so you could come and interact with it all the time. But I just think that those are really incredible things, and we write a lot of things all the time, and how incredible is it just to give it 3 or 4 topics. These are the basic themes of what I want to write about, and write it in my voice, and just use that as a starting point. And so there's just so many things that we can do now. It's really terrific working with you, and I know that it's not easy building a company, and you pivoted yours from desktop to mobile to VR to AI, all these devices. It's really extraordinary to watch, and NVIDIA's
Not gonna lie, that is kind of
I know exactly how hard it is doing that.
That is kind of impressive.
Both of us have gotten kicked in our teeth plenty over the years, but that's what it takes to want to be a pioneer and innovate. So it's really great watching you.
Well, and likewise. I mean, it's I'm not sure if it's a pivot if you keep doing the thing you were doing before, but as well. But you add to it. I mean, there's more chapters to all this, and I think the same thing for. It's been fun watching. I mean, the journey that you guys have been on. I mean, and we went through this period where everyone was like, nah, everything is going to kind of move to these devices, and it's just going to get super kind of cheap compute, and you guys just kept on plugging away at this, and it's like, no, like actually you're going to want these big systems that can parallelize.
We went the other way.
Yeah, no, and it's, I mean,
yeah, we went, and instead of building
quite
smaller and smaller devices, we made computers as size
unfashionable
of
for a while, a little unfashionable.
Super unfashionable.
Yeah.
But now it's cool, and instead of we started building a graphics chip, a GPU, and now when you're deploying a GPU, you still call it Hopper H100, but so you guys know when Zuck calls it H100, his data center of H100s
Data center mentioned
coming up on 600,000, and
we're good customers. That's how you get the Jensen Q&A at SIGGRAPH.
Wow. Hang on, I was getting the Mark Zuckerberg Q&A. You were my guest, and I wanted to make sure that
You just called me one day and you're like, hey, in like a couple of weeks we're doing this thing at SIGGRAPH. I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'm doing anything that day. I'll fly to Denver. It sounds fun.
Exactly. I'm not doing anything that afternoon. You just showed up, but the thing is just incredible. These systems that you guys build, they're giant systems, incredibly hard to orchestrate, incredibly hard to run, and you said that you got into the GPU journey later than most, but you're operating larger than just about anybody, and it's incredible to watch. And congratulations on everything that you've done. And you are quite the style icon now. Check out this guy. Huh?
Early stage, working on it. It's
ladies and gentlemen, Mark Zuckerberg.
Thank you.
Wait, they're finishing early? Oh no!
Hang on. Well, so it turns out the last time that we got together after dinner, Mark and I were
Jersey swap,
and we took a picture and it turned into something viral, and Now, I thought that he has no trouble wearing my jacket. I don't know. Is that my look? I don't think I can
Should
walk-
be. Should be.
Is that right?
Yeah. I made one for you.
You did? You did?
Yeah.
That one's Mark's.
I mean, hey, let's see. We got a box back here. It's black and leather and shearling.
Oh!
God damn.
I didn't make this. I just ordered it online.
Hang on a second. It's a little chilly.
Jensen Huang new drip confirmed.
This is, my goodness.
I mean,
This is.
it's a vibe.
Oh.
You just need.
Is this me?
We'll be pretty. I mean,
Oh wow. Wait, that actually looks
get
pretty
this
good.
guy a chain.
Okay. All right.
Next time I see him, bring you
All
a
right,
gold
so,
chain.
So fair is fair. So I let you know, I was telling everybody that Lori bought me a new jacket to celebrate this year's SIGGRAPH. SIGGRAPH is a big thing in our company, as you could imagine. RTX was launched here.
Yeah, I
Amazing
think with the chain
things
it'll
that
go
were
so
launched here,
hard.
and this is a brand new jacket. It's literally 2 hours old.
2 hours old.
And so I think we had a jersey swap again.
All right. Well,
This one's yours.
I mean, this is worth more because it's used.
Let's see. I don't know. I think Mark is pretty buff. The guy's pretty jacked.
I mean, you too, man.
All right, everybody.
Thank
Ladies
you.
and gentlemen, Mark Zuckerberg. Have a
right,
great
thank you
SIGGRAPH.
Yay, we done. We out. Goddamn, that jacket actually goes hard. Wow. Yeah, you can now kiss. Yeah, they can. They can get a room. They can get married now. It's perfect. Good friends. All right. No bingo, unfortunately. We're very close. They could have. Wait, let me turn on some BGM. They could have mentioned Hugging Face. They could have. Jensen could have, but he didn't. That is so sad. We're very close though. Very, very close, very close. We have 1, 2, 3 left. 4 left. Yeah. Oh. Jensen failed this. Alright, so if you gonna join the giveaway, join right now. I'm gonna close it very soon. Wait. Yeah, I might wait like 1 or 2 minutes for you guys to like finish joining. They didn't specifically mention RLHF, right? I only crossed out stuff because they actually mentioned. So. Oh, bye bingo card. Myself. Okay, last minute join. Who have not joined, join now. I'm just make sure that I don't accidentally leak y'all's emails. Yeah, I think this looks fine. 7. Where is it? 6. 5. Wait, actually. It'll just be until I find it. Wait, how did I close it? Imagine if I just accidentally deleted every response. That would be so funny. Wait, how do you actually... Am I just blind? Presentation. is it? How do I turn off? Customize theme. Collect email. Do not collect. How to turn off? Wait, I leaked? No way. I don't want to try again. Wait, where did I leak it? Oh, is it because I pressed this? Oh my god. Yeah, it is change settings and then... Oh. Alright, it's okay. It's okay. We don't need to close it. We just do it to 251. Let me just pull out this sheet. Yeah, it'll just be up to 252. Wait, why is this? Oh, okay. So 2 to 252. Let's do that. 2 to 252. Okay, let's get a spinning wheel. Let's continue the tradition. Spinning wheel. Last time we had 2 to 300. Okay, 2 to 252. The very crazy spinning wheel. Should we shuffle it? Or should we... Do you guys want it shuffled or do you guys want it... Wait, actually, I forgot to do something. Shuffle it? Shuffle it? Okay, I'll shuffle it. Okay. Alright, before I spin, I'm gonna just say shout out to NVIDIA for sponsoring this live stream, for giving away RTX 3080 Ti for everyone. And definitely check out NVIDIA NIM. And there's more other online SIGGRAPH events that they're hosting and then workshops. You can learn more about them in the description. And check out my new video if you haven't, and then my latest my newest research paper. Look at this. Am I cooking? Just tell me. Look at these thumbnails. Am I cooking? Are they good? Be honest. Be honest. Be honest, and now I'll spin the wheel. Be honest, guys. How do these thumbnails look? How does the content look? The content's amazing, right? Fire, right? Right, guys. I'm not seeing enough messages. They're mid. Someone said they're mid. I'm not gonna spin the wheel, man. If you say it's mid, I'm not spinning the wheel. Okay, good. Wait, who? They are mid? Oh, this guy said they're mid, guys. This guy said it twice. Should. Okay, fine. I'll stop trolling you guys. Yeah, we need to get this guy out the giveaway. He's not appreciating my content. All right, fine. Are you guys ready? Maybe a countdown from 10? Or is that too cringe? Just roll? Alright, just fuck it, just roll. Who's 31? Let's see. Walter White, are you here, Walter White? Walter White. Timer. Wait, it's 1 minute. Yo, he is here. Okay. Walter White just won the giveaway, guys. Give him... Wait, no. Your username did not match, man. What is happening? I told you to match your username. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. This is absolutely... Oh my god, I didn't do anything. I told you to be exact... Okay, it is. It is. Okay, never mind. I checked his profile. It is the same. I forgot this... Oh my god, so loud. I forgot display name can be different. Yeah, he got it. He got it. Well, congrats to you, Walter. I'll send you an email shortly. Don't reach out to me. Don't reach out to me. I will definitely give away. But if you don't reach out to me, because I don't want like other imposters reaching out to me. So please don't do that. Oh, did my thing crash? But yeah, good games. Thank you guys for commenting. And yeah, let me know what you think. The live stream down in the chat, down in the comments. But yeah, GG guys, GG guys, GG Walter. Walter White won. Congratulations. Thank you guys for coming, for sure. Because last time you guys came, and then this time you guys came again. They decided to. Sorry, oh, I can't speak properly. Holy crap! Last time you guys came, and it went well, and that's why they decided to do it again. So actually, though, shout out to you guys. I'm really glad that I can also watch something along with you guys, and then have a decent amount of fun watching live streams too. And then you guys can also get something at the same time. So appreciate it. For everyone else that didn't win, it's okay. You won my heart by staying here, so don't worry about it. And yeah, I gotta go send this guy a GPU. Should I end stream now? Let's see if there's anything on my agenda still. Does this link work? Let me double check. Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, okay. Yeah, definitely check out their other agenda if you're interested. SIGGRAPH is the computer graphics conference, and then there's a lot of very interesting AI related papers that has been submitted, so definitely check it out. And okay, let's just talk. I'm gonna just stop talking to myself and talk to you guys. Let me look at your questions. Okay. Send pic of GPU. The thing is, I have a pic. Oh wow, I didn't unbox it. That's the problem. Walter can feel free to post it on his Discord. I kind of don't want to open it because last time I opened it, I'm kind of scared that people in the transit is just gonna open it. But I can show you. I can show you the box, just the box. Alright, nah, I think I'm gonna accidentally dox myself though. Let me find a way not to. Yeah, Walter, unbox it on stream. Keep the box, no unbox. Yeah, I'm not gonna unbox, I'm just gonna take a pic. Oh, actually, I'll just leave it to them. If you guys trust me enough, I'll just not unbox it. Yeah, maybe Walter can just like send a pic when they unbox it, and then send to my my Discord, our Discord. Your 6,000 require a new power grid. What do you mean? Tell us how your avatar works. Well, it's just PNG, right? So they just switch between like different images. Is this thing called a V-do tube? So you just choose like, you just pick images here. Like there's like open, so I can become a deer technically. Like you can just talk like this and then it'll open your mouth. It'll open its mouth, sorry. And then it's voice sensitive, but yeah. Alright. After doxing 20, he was not showing a pic. Oh, do I have to show a pic? Let me see. Let me try it. Okay. Okay. No doxing, right? Oh no, okay. It's right here. So this is the proof. This is receipt. NVIDIA Corporation shipper. Okay? So it's legit. I have an actual GPU. That's all. That's all I'm gonna show you. The rest is too risky. I'm not gonna wait. How do I turn on response? Oh, there you go. Oh, there it is. Oh wait, I just actually doxed you guys again. It's okay. It's okay. It's not that bad. How would you sense? Oh yeah. Wait. Walter, can I reveal your country to on the live stream? If not, it's fine too. Yeah, okay. So I just basically there's a list where you can enter countries, right? So I can get like an estimate of like how much I'm gonna spend. Last time I sent it to, well, I'm not gonna tell you, but this time I'll be sending to Walter, and then he's in Europe, so that's probably gonna be like what, $500 for shipping. So do you plan to do more giveaways? Well, if they think today's live stream went well, maybe they would sponsor me, but no guarantee though. No guarantee. Yeah, GeoGuesser's on you. That they just gonna look. Rainbow is just gonna look at my image lighting and then guess where I am. Yeah, like international shipping for like big boxes is so expensive, even though like weight is not. The last one, wait, what would I send last time? 3080 Ti? Wait, 4080 Ti? I forgot. But last time I spent 500. I don't know if it's plane or ship, but I sent it with FedEx, I think. It was pretty convenient. They came and then they picked it up. So but wait, funny story. I was sending the first one, I didn't know I had to print the shipping tag. So the guy came and the guy was like, do you have a where's your label? I was like, oh, I need to print a label. So I was like, oh crap. And I asked him, oh, I'll redo the shipping notice and everything, and then I basically had to reorder, cancel that label. So, and then like a few days later, I got the label done and everything. And then the same person came and he's like, "Oh, you got it this time." I was like, "Yeah, oops." Buy a cheap company? Nah, I'm just gonna do FedEx just to be safe. So, where you send it from? I don't know. Why don't NVIDIA send directly GPU owner? Well, they just wanna help out fellow creators, I guess. They just wanna creators to. How is it $500 though? Transatlantic is 100 to 200. Well, it was the size and the weight, the last one. And then I also bought insurance because the last GPU was kind of expensive. And then since it's international, it's pretty expensive too. But I know the more I pay, the more secure it'll be, so good thing, I guess. Just give Walter $500. The thing is, it might be cheaper this time, so it might be like 200, 300. Hopefully, it's not that expensive. If it's very expensive, maybe I'll look for an alternative, like what you guys suggested. But yeah, shipping hardware is very expensive. Like, I have a friend that wanted to ship stuff from, was it Japan to Brazil? It was like his he was trying to ship his PC. It was like 1K or something. But I mean, PC is pretty heavy, so yeah. I don't know how much I can talk about the reason why, or they didn't really tell me why. But they didn't really tell me why they were doing giveaways. They just one day they just DM'd me and then be like, "Oh, do you want to do giveaway?" I was like, "Hell yeah, that'll be sick." Yeah, people are really nice. The influencer outreach, they're very, very hardworking and very nice. Am I making llama file? No, wait, I was originally gonna talk about acceleration frameworks, like like C-based methods for like C-based implementation for llama, but I feel like it's a bit too technical, and then it's just implementation details. So yeah. Is NVIDIA paying shipping? Yeah. Well, yeah, they're kind of covering it, I guess. Are we counting down right now? Counting down anything? Oh, let's see. Let's see what's on Twitter right now. I'm kind of hungry. Maybe I'll end the stream soon. You guys don't go and subscribe my stuff. I'll be so sad. Okay. Show them the part of this video we have to scrap and see if anyone understands it. Nah, the visual is like very complicated. I feel like it's way harder. From a commentary perspective, maybe. But yeah. Okay, yeah. I think I'm gonna call it a day here. I'm gonna probably go eat. I'm a bit hungry. Yeah, congrats, Walter. Don't talk like a VTuber. Am I? If I turn off this, I'm not a VTuber anymore. There you go. No more VTuber. Cloud is not a VTuber. By Cloud is fake. It's not a VTuber. It's a myth. Yeah, good night, guys. GG, Walter. Good night, Jade. Good night, guys. It's probably nighttime for everyone, right? Yeah, good night, F-Hub. Oh, GN guys, GN. Okay, actually, before we end, sorry, what live stream content would you guys like to watch? Maybe I'll consider streaming more in the future. Who knows? Narrating papers? No. People already call me dyslexic. I can't even say that word properly. Alright, whatever. Alright, take care everyone. Live demos. You guys liked that Claude live demo before? Maybe you exploring new models and trying it out. Paper ASMR. Now we don't mail me. Okay, I'll probably think of something. We'll see. Whatever. Alright, see you guys. I'm gonna go read the feedbacks you guys gave me on the forum while. So, okay, take care.